we really begin, I just want to explain something that I realized I should have explained on camera, which is why I'm not doing so. So I've been kind of twisting myself in knots lately, because the story's been sort of reaching a natural conclusion, and anyone paying attention could probably tell that we've been reaching a, point of cohesion when it comes to the story. And my sister is meowing for some reason.
Cat's meowing. I'm meowing back.
But there were so many unresolved plot threads, and I was just like, well, I've still got to go do this, and I've still got to do this, and I'm... And then I realized, oh yeah, I could just keep the world going and end a particular campaign, which is such an alien thought to me. I've literally never done that.
Lots of authors have done it.
In my, 20-ish? God, actually, no, about 25 years of GMing now. Actually, a little longer than that. I've never actually done that, so... ladies and gentlemen, welcome to wherever we are. I actually need to ask Guido, where did you teleport to? I actually don't remember, legitimately. Like, you dropped the airship bomb on the Reed
Well,
Sharks.
I was thinking about Eldritch, so,
Eldritch would be fantastic, but I don't remember where you went.
Oh, no, we went back to,
the Oathway
Central.
place, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's...
we went back to Central.
we're
That
right
is
in front
so
of
much
Central.
worse. Okay, so... Central front gate.
And while you're typing that, I have to say, I have never run a campaign to its conclusion either.
Really?
It's yeah.
Wow.
Either the groups have broken up, or for whatever reason, the actual players just haven't cohesed to get to the end point. So I've never had a campaign come to an end.
Yeah, it's funny how often that tends to happen. RL gets in the way, or drama gets in the way, or people lose interest, all sorts of stuff. Okay. So having said that, Snarg, we're going to start with you.
Oh boy, okay.
Join me or die!
You poor bastard.
And get to blaze the trail, huh?
No, what actually happens is, so you pop out in Central, and as you drop out in Central, and you're like, oh, God, and you're really
We
disoriented.
do our rolls.
What rolls?
Rolls to see if we, whatever.
Nope.
Can you flip the light on, Cass? Okay.
So, you drop out, and you're like, oh, God. And you feel wrong. And you're like, trying to pinpoint it, and you look behind you, and the portal's behind you, right? That you just came through? And you're standing in it. And you're looking at yourself standing over there like...
Guido, I told you not to do that!
So there's two of them?
Is Abilene and Guido around anywhere?
Nope, there's no Abilene, there's no Guido. There's just the other Snarg. And the other you seems frozen in the portal. And he's or not frozen, that's the wrong word. He's got this he's silent, he's muted. And he's got this expression of just, no! And he's pounding on the invisible barrier of the portal, just trying to get through it.
Oh, so he doesn't have the armor on, it's just him.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming this little Iron Man-like armor, there's a little clasp where I can pop up the helmet and stuff, right?
Yeah, of course!
Yeah, okay.
And
you just gotta make sure.
You have to wear a business suit underneath, though.
Yeah. So he does it, he goes, and he doesn't do the Iron Man one, because that one's stupid.
Of course.
Or not the Iron Man, the Ant-Man one. He knocks on the portal. Hello?
So as you walk over, you realize just the idea slowly enters in your brain, and you're like, oh, of course, I know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the powerless, weak Snark who can't do anything. I mean, this is just so obvious to you once you're looking at him like this.
Alright, well, if he can't get out, I gotta help him get out then, since he can't do anything.
And as you're looking at him, you realize that all of these problems with this stupid planet, and the stupid politicians, and these idiots who just do not understand that, oh my God, we've got issues to deal with. Why are we fighting amongst each other? Why are we debating policies? Ugh! And all of this frustration just starts to well up within you. And you realize that all of it's in the way because you have been holding back on what you could do as far as personal power. You could just walk in and, kill people and make things happen.
It's true.
And And so powerless Snarg up there is like slowly getting sucked in back through the portal as if it was, you know, a black hole of some sort. And behind him is just this sea of like politicians and bureaucrats and all sorts of people who are more or less literally burying him in red tape.
Well, that doesn't
Gotta
seem
go
very
save
pleasant.
Snarg from the red tape.
Yeah, I gotta go save Snark from the red tape.
Well, the only way to save
Good.
him, obviously, would be to just take the power to destroy whatever's in your way into yourself. It's the only way to do it.
Well,
I mean, if you think about it logically, and bit by bit you start to realize this, effectively you're hearing your own thoughts say this.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, really, the only way to really pull this off is to just look at whatever's in the way and remove it.
well, he says, well, self, we've been over this already. I mean,
No, I mean, just think of it like picking weeds, really.
well, I mean, we've been over this already. I mean, we considered going into the council of whatever's and going there and just cleaning house. But, you know, got to have some sort of restraint there. You know, not everybody in there is a bad person. We've met some cool politicians in our time.
No,
And some
there's
of them
no
need to
such
be removed.
thing as a cool politician. How many times? Do you remember the time when you were like, "Oh, I know, I'm going to go help some kobolds," and then you go into town, it's like, "Well, I don't know. I mean, kobolds aren't really good for nothing," and you know, the prejudiced, biased constabulary was just getting in the way the entire time. Do you remember the time when you went down and you were like, "Okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to find these drug people, these drug peddlers down in the Show Empire," and you ran into this cop who was just like, "I'm sorry, you're kind of getting in my way. I need to, if you excuse me, sir, you're, could you just follow policy? No, stay back. I've got some forms. No, wait, see, we can't take them in now
But
because
wait. But at the same time, remember the time when we went and were investigating that little desolate boy case? I mean, if we just acted immediately and removed that guy from power, then, you know, we would have just had an orphan out there.
Well, but I mean, would that necessarily be a bad thing? I mean, because then he could take
Of
care of
course!
himself.
Just killed
He
a bunch
could-
of...
He could take care of himself. He could get better. He could become just like you.
What? I don't want anybody to become like me. That's terrible.
Oh my god.
No,
Oh my god. You're killing me.
no.
No. Trying people to come like me is not the best thing in the world. I mean, at least I know that.
I'm sorry, for our viewers' perspective, because I know you don't see me. I had just taken a big swig of my throat-soothing tea, and then had to fight down laughter.
This is why everybody says you should put your camera up on the
I'm
thing.
not putting my camera up until I have an actual studio.
When's that going to be?
When I have my own place.
Buys a place.
All right. So, I don't know. I mean, it goes both ways. I mean, sometimes you got to be a little restrained just in case. And then sometimes there's some time for action.
Okay, look, I don't think you're understanding. We are just powerless, okay? And if you're powerless, you can't do anything. Are you stupid? Do you not understand this?
It's not I don't ever call myself stupid.
You are stupid, though.
No, I'm
God.
not. Come over here and say it to my face.
All right. Ugh. And the other Snarg emerges from the portal and literally slugs you across the jaw.
Okay, I'll slug him back.
What is wrong with you? I am offering you the future.
That's what Sarg says. What do you mean? What is wrong with us? You're me.
I mean, I think about things a little bit. I mean, come on now.
Fact it. No.
I don't want whatever you're selling.
No.
You won't even tell me what it is.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised
You're just like the politicians, vague promises of whatever.
that a knoll has no vision. Give me a save real quick.
Oh, great. Okay.
Your
I
favorite
don't
thing.
suppose this happens to be one of my marked targets.
Believe it
Is
or
he
not,
a magical
no.
beast?
Nope,
All right, here's my wisdom save.
because he's not a beast.
That's a 13.
13. Okay. You die instantly.
Great.
Campaign's over.
Yeah, that's my average roll.
You take 10. Wow. Mental damage.
Ow.
And you blink, and you're sitting outside in front of Central. Abeline's right over there. Guido's right over there. No time has passed, so neither of you see a difference in Snarg.
You said, Guido, that was weird. Told you not to do those portals.
Now, Guido...
I'm assuming,
I saved your life, didn't I?
assuming we cut back to someone else who has his own little internal thing.
Well, kind of. See, I'm trying to think of how to put this. I think after that, we're going to be nice and overt. So what happens here is you hear the sound of thousands of voices screaming. All of you do. Just this horrible cacophony that is just resonating throughout the hills. Several of the nearby Olthoi, because there's Olthoi nearby, are just freaking out at the noise. Some of them actually try to run away just to get away from it. And you see a carpet of crawling, spiked spiders that are so pitch black that they all seem to make a single cohesive form. Start just kind of... It like slowly emerges from the ground around you, and then completely surrounds Guido.
Spiders, watch out!
As it's doing so,
I shoot the spiders.
anybody who is not Guido, as they're looking at this in this direction, out of the corner of your eye, you will see hundreds of eyes looking at you.
Just eyes.
Well, not eyeballs. I want to make that clear. Like an image of an eye. But if you look, like as your own vision turns to look in any given direction, there's nothing there. But wherever you look, you're still seeing the periphery of the eyes staring at you. Now,
Like an eye filter or something.
Wait,
Guido,
don't pat me on the head.
He's covered in spiders.
the shards of whatever. God, okay, so the screaming gets louder, and there are more screams adding to the cacophony. And Snark, give me an elemental roll, really quick.
Okay.
Guido, I want you to feel awesome right now. Like,
I'm Batman.
you are Batman right now. The world is at your fingertips. You hear these screams and you see these shadows, and you start to notice that there's like these spears of shade that are coming in from a distance, and they just land at your feet. Like there's this shadowy spear just sitting there, and you look at that and you're like, that is exactly what should be right there. Like you even pick one up and be like,
I was just going to ask if it was tangible.
yeah, it is totally tangible. You could totally grab
Okay.
one if you wanted to.
I'm going to grab one, and I'm just like spinning it around, looking at it. Which probably, if they're looking at me, they're wondering what is what I'm doing with my hands.
So what was the roll, Snark?
22.
Okay, so the elemental ley lines are stretching. Specifically 4 of the ley lines. That would be earth, water, fire, and spatial ley lines. Are all
Ones that are exploded.
That is correct. All 4 of them are distending right now. Guido,
They're what?
distending.
Okay.
So, it's a word, I think. It could not be.
I just didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. As this is happening, you start to see things, Guido. I'm trying to think how to phrase this, so forgive me. You start to see things, and you picture a group of thugs in downtown Holtberg who are robbing someone. They've beaten them like half to death, and they're stealing their crap, and they're just leaving them for dead there. And a nearby officer sees the situation and starts to intervene, but then the thugs pay the officer off.
Okay.
Officer walks on. You see a dock worker down in Qual, which is a city I don't think you've actually been to. At least you haven't on camera. Maybe you have in your backstory, but Lugian City in the Osteth region. And this dock worker is walking up to a warehouse, and as he's walking by, he hears something odd, and he's like, I wonder what that is. But then he thinks, and you could like feel the guy just being like, I mean, why bother, right? You know, it's probably just some animal or something. And so the guy walks on, and then like your view pans over, and you see someone who is very sick and ill, a homeless person who is just sitting there, crouched behind the barrels, who is shivering and starving. And then you see a politician. You're not sure who it is, but it's someone within the Osteth Republic, and it's a mite, and this mite is sitting up and arguing stridently for these reforms that are going to help move forward this particular, getting some further funding for the town that he's involved in and all this fun stuff. And then there's this other politician who is arguing back that no, this funding needs to go to this guy instead because that's the only way. And what I'm trying to demonstrate here, without the words, because I'm stuttering like crazy, is that both politicians are trying to help, but neither can because of the system that's in the way. And then you start to see a few other people. Like, you've seen naked greed, and you've seen ambivalence, and you've seen powerlessness, and then you see a soldier who is in the middle of trying desperately to fight through a line of monsters. You see a line of harpies, which probably weirds you out for a second, but, the line of harpies are attacking you, or attacking this guy, excuse me. And he's like, no, I've got to get back. I've got to get my report back to Fort Tithania. It's very important that I get this report back. And you get a flash of this guy's wife, and this guy's daughter, and this guy's son. And you see, like, branching out in front of him, the life that he is never going to have because the harpies cut him down. And you're seeing all this stuff, and the overwhelming feeling that is being pushed onto you, and I want to stress that because you, Guido, can feel whatever you want, but the emotion that's being pushed on top of you is, you could fix this. But the only way to fix this is through a singular power. Not just political power, not just economic power, but the ability to directly do what I usually refer to as personal power.
How close are the other players, or not players, characters to me?
Well, that one's in Georgia, and that one's in bit of a distance, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I will let them decide that.
I was
How
on Snarg's
close?
shoulders, so wherever Snarg is, I'm probably only a few feet away
Well,
from
since
him.
these spiders are probably coming out and doing stuff, he's just trying to swat them away because they look like they're doing weird things. So
Well,
probably fairly
I'm
close.
with fire. Boom, boom.
Okay. So if you're fairly close, if you are actually looking at me at this point and not the spiders that you're trying to bat away, you would see Guido openly crying. The visions that he's seeing are breaking his heart. And at that moment, the spear that he's holding in his hands, he's going to grip tighter. I can fix this. He says that out loud.
So, yeah, start swinging. They're climbing into your armor.
As he says that, there is a rush of, like, torrential wind that just starts circling around him. And you see jet after lightning, after spear, after spider, after clump of shadows just condensing into Guido. And
Shadows?
Snarg, you also see the 4 elemental energies I just mentioned going into them, which, again, for reference, is Earth, Fire, Water, and Spatial. And, Guido, you feel really, really powerful.
What's the opposite of spatial?
Life. Oh yeah, by the way, I meant to mention this, sis. Those ammos you wanted, you've got them, whatever they were.
Yeah, I know, but we need to... I don't remember how to roll for what they do.
Well, just tell me what you want, and I'll tell you what you get.
Fire piercing spot. Fire... How many do I get?
4.
Oh shit, I need one more. Fire piercing shot, sleep shot, life piercing shot, and we'll just go ahead and do...
Here, link me your character sheet real quick. And I'll just poke at it. Go ahead, Guido. You were going to say something.
So, you said I felt powerful. The first thing that comes to mind, you were describing the scene in Holtberg with the thugs and the guard.
Mm-hmm.
Was that happening, like, now?
Yeah, that wasn't a lie. That was
Okay.
a legitimate thing happening right now.
Okay. I hate to do this, but I think you'll allow it.
Okay.
Just if you don't want to, then we can determine what I do then. But I'm going to open up. I'm going to teleport to Holtberg
Okay.
and massacre those thugs and the guard who took the bribe.
Okay. They are so effortlessly blown away, there's not even dice rolls here.
I kind of assumed.
In fact, the teleportation looks kind of different. So what happens is you just kind of walk forward and you're kind of there. What everyone else sees, there's no flash, there's no obvious thing. Guido just kind of turns to the side and he takes a step forward and then he gets a little bit hazier. Like you're kind of be able to see through him. But you can still see him there. And so Guido, and then you see Guido, like, however it is he destroys them.
He has spear in hand.
He does have the Shadow Spear.
Sauron style.
Can we see the spear?
Oh yeah.
You can see the spear, yes. Now.
Oh.
You can see the spear now. It is fully manifested in his hand. It is bleeding and it is both bleeding and burning shadows.
Yeah, I'm just going to strike with the spear because I'm just basically enraged at this point.
And so you just see him doing this, and as you're doing it, like each time it strikes down, you see like a few frames, like less than a second of the person he's hitting, just, and then it goes away, and then it goes away again.
Now, again, I'm not sure if you'll allow it, but I take those guys out.
Mm-hmm.
And teleport to the Harpies. And basically do the same thing.
Okay, I'm with it. Whoops. It totally works again.
Okay.
Now, the funny thing about this, although of course there's not really anyone who can really actually determine this, but you have basically left another echo of yourself in Holtberg. So like random people on the street are see you butchering these thugs. And then they see you still kind of there, and then killing these harpies in the middle of Central Holtberg. And, yeah.
Okay.
And to some extent or another, you're aware of all 3 of these locations now.
Okay.
And the phone.
So while this is all going on, is the ley line stuff still just pouring into him, or has that happened already?
Oh, it's done.
Okay, can I tell exactly, from Snark's perspective, what it exactly did? Did he like just take the power of the ley line, or what's the ley line doing now?
Near as you can tell, this seems very natural. It looks like Guido has temporarily become effectively a walking temple.
Okay. Do I think that's gonna hurt him?
I mean, that's up to you, man. You've
Okay.
never.
Are
You've
the
probably...
spiders gone now, or are they still here?
Oh no, the spiders are gone. He's still wielding
Okay.
the shadow spear.
Okay. So he's just gonna try calling out to Guido and saying, "Hey, Guido, what's going on? Who are you killing? What is this?"
So
And try
again,
and just like touch him.
Guido, you are of course cognizant of this, but it's kind of like echoey, like as if from a distance.
I take it, when Snarg pops up and says that, as he's like trying to go over there to get Guido, I'm gonna be like screaming at him too, being like, Guido, what are you doing? That's wrong. You can't just kill random people.
Why not?
Does it feel odd to me that he's in more than one place?
I mean, you've
As
probably
much as anyone
never
else would be.
seen this happen ever, ever, ever.
Well, yeah, but I've got the chaos thing going on too.
Well, that's actually a good point. No, you don't.
I don't?
Nope, it went into him.
Did I feel it leave?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm back to normal,
Yeah.
regardless of whatever the hell I was going to be. Thank you, Guido, for getting rid of my chance to be chaos.
GM dodged the bullet there.
It's all part of my clever plan.
Of course, from the beginning.
So I will be like, I'm still like Spidey shotting the hell out. I'm assuming spiders are still,
Oh, they're gone.
or are they all sucked up?
No, they're gone. They were sucked up. The only thing you still see is the spear.
Okay.
Although
then I'm
Guido
gonna
looks-
Spidey shot the spear.
Oh, you're still seeing the eyes, by the way.
Okay, but I'm gonna Spidey shot the spear,
Okay.
basically trying to like shot that arm to him, so that he can't wield the spear.
Okay. You fail.
It just goes through. He's not here.
He's not actually here right now. So the shot just goes right through.
All right.
I mean, it is actually a good idea, but again, the shot just goes through right now.
That's fine.
Okay. Turn to Evelyn and say, I don't know what's going on right now. If you can hear me, can you come back here, please? Or whatever you're doing, or if you're in some different dimension?
Right about this point, Guido, you begin to become aware of the fact that it's... And it just kind of slowly opens into your mind that it's not just here that's broken. And you see the planet of Primus. And it just kind of slowly enters into your consciousness that there are other worlds out there. Which may or may not be a new concept to you. Maybe this is something that's been theorized before. That's up to you. This is all theoretical. Obviously, no one's ever encountered alien life on Primus. But you start to realize that there are other worlds out there with other lives, which are also wrong. Which have this same crap happening on them.
One thing at a time.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I really want to say something inappropriate, but I'm holding my tongue.
Screw him! No, okay.
A planet called Earth.
No. There's this guy that just got named president. No, so...
So, my first question is, if my consciousness is able to determine that other worlds are messed up,
Mhm.
how extensive is my knowledge of Primus then?
So you know it's a planet. You know it is an artificially constructed planet. And you know that it was and you hate it. Like, you flat out hate it. And whoever this was just wrong. Whoever did this was desecrating something wonderful and amazing, and trying to just ruin and just ruinously try to ensure that other people live the same nightmarish, horrible experiences that they do, and trying to spread the corruption and pollution throughout the cosmos. And you know, basically, you are not what I would call omniscient in any sense of the word. But you have the ability to just kind of look out and be like, I wonder what's going on over there, and kind of directly see it.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is look to where the reed sharks and the airship were on Primus.
Okay. You see a crater. Pretty big crater. And I guess actually that's it at the moment.
Okay.
Nothing else
No
there.
sign of the reed sharks or anything else.
Nope.
Okay. That pleases me.
As it should.
I think what I'm going to do is roll a wisdom, like an awareness, to see if Snarg and Abeline's, I'll say, yelling at me comes into my consciousness or if I'm still looking around.
Okay, go ahead. Snarg's actively like, bonk, bonk, bonk. Dude!
I'm
Wait,
not hitting him in the face.
wait. You pull out the water pouch.
There you go. Yeah, here, have some water. This will make you feel better.
Okay, so that's a 12.
Okay.
Um, I'm assuming I still have the choice of the shadow dice.
Of the what, I'm sorry?
The D12s.
No.
I have no choice. I have to roll them.
You actually have to do them now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I should have mentioned that. My apologies.
That's okay. Wow, that's okay. That's not. I thought I rolled 2 ones.
You know nothing.
So that would make that an unnatural 20.
Okay. I'd say that's good enough personally to be
Yeah.
cognizant.
Yeah. So, when I come back to Central, do the, I'll say, echoes still, are they still like in Holtberg and the other place? Or
So
do they coalesce into me?
when you go back to Central, basically I want to know the attitude by which you're doing it. In other words, are you kind of poking your head in like, what's going on over here? Or are you withdrawing yourself?
If I understand what you mean by withdrawing, am I basically teleporting back entirely?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if that's the case, then your echoes fade from both locations, and you are now fully just here, outside of Central.
Okay.
Snarg? Abilene?
Guido, what's
What?
going on? Is this some new weird desolate thing? We saw you like left some images of you killing a bunch of people.
You can't just kill people, Guido. That's just wrong.
Well, I don't know if that's specifically true, but
I mean, he just went and killed 3 random people in Holtberg.
well, hang on.
We
Let's
watched him do it, and I don't even know what those things were or where they were. But
hang on. Let me give you an
the
elemental
wind
checkup.
things.
You got some things that weird going on. Hang on. Stay there for a second.
So they could
What's
actually
wrong with
see the harpy attack as well?
Sort of.
Anywhere you
but
went.
yes.
Okay.
all
Same
we can
little
see, if what I'm
flicker.
understanding correctly, is all we can see is you hitting a thing.
Well, no, you
can't
can see the...
anything else.
You
We
can see
just
the harpy
Basically,
for a
when he
second.
makes contact with something, we can see him like striking it down and stuff.
Yeah, that.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
We can see the thing that you're hitting with your spear.
Yeah.
Guido, buddy, you just took like a bunch of, and he's in the little doctor pose. You just took like a bunch of ley line energy into yourself, along with a bunch of creepy spiders. There's no telling what's going on. Let's stay here and try and figure out what's happened.
Wait. The GM wants Snarg to have a stethoscope really quick.
Stethoscope. Well, no, he's giving him some water. I mean, that's the
there you go.
stethoscope.
There you go.
He doesn't have a stethoscope. He's actually like pressing his ear to his.
There you go. Hang on, just... Yeah.
All right. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just elementally checking you. This has nothing to do with that.
Just need to be sure, man. Just need to be sure.
I mean, but that's pretty much what I'm doing. You're using the geomancer test to see, like, okay, just make sure this is going to work out okay. Like,
I mean, he's totally fine unless you want to actually do a roll. That's different.
yeah.
Well, go
Dan,
ahead.
you were going to say something?
It's a question for my brother. So on these,
The 23.
On these, like the
You can do it.
the new shots that you gave me. What we had been doing is I pick, so like the Earth one,
Mhm.
I pick the effect level, and the effect level chooses how much whatever it does, and then you basically, so the shot ammo is level 8, the effect level is level 3, so it pierces 3 Earth. It does 3 Earth. Pierces 3 Earth SR, and then does 5d12. So 5 plus 3 is 8. If these are doing for your the ones that
Oh,
you
you're
just
right.
did for
I
me.
did the math wrong on these. Well, whatever. Delete.
So wouldn't
delete,
this
delete.
be?
There we go. I was just rolling for some of the effects since you weren't actually making these. You were being supplied with these.
Yeah. So I just needed to know what level they were.
I figured out. So I mean, it doesn't actually matter.
So on sleep trap and slow trap, because those are trap shots, they're not actually going to do any damage.
Mm-hmm.
So does that affect
The effect level? No.
Yes. It affects the DC then.
Yeah.
Okay, so they should both have a DC of 18.
No. I rolled for both DCs.
But they're both level 8. You rolled for the level.
Oh, no, I didn't. I threw in a random number there. There you go. Okay, so... What?
So if a level 2 is 10 DC, then a DC of 15 would be a level 3. And a DC of 18 would be... I wouldn't have a DC of 18 because they're multiples of 5.
No, that is correct, but the level doesn't actually matter unless you are crafting... That was a mechanism for crafting your own stuff, if you remember.
I didn't craft any of those other ones.
I know, but we set that up so that when you started crafting, you'd
So it
know the
should
mechanism
be-
by doing it.
Yes, but it should be even across the board if we're going to set up a mechanism so that I can craft.
Okay.
Sorry, it's bugging my OCD.
Just figure something that makes sense, because it doesn't actually matter. Just make each level 1 DC. How's that sound?
Okay, so
Snarg, what was your roll again? I'm sorry.
As a 23.
23. Okay, so you're looking over Guido. And I need you to do a
There.
wisdom save really quick.
Oh, right. Okay. 19.
Oh, thank God. So you feel this horrific presence just reach out into your mind and scrape at your brain.
Okay.
The moment you try to analyze Guido.
Okay. Snar takes a couple steps back, says Guido. I think there's something wrong going on.
There's nothing wrong.
I don't know. Something just tried. I was looking at you, and something just tried to attack me. I don't know. It wasn't you.
The only problem is the corruption that has infected this world.
no, Guido, you've been corrupted. I just watched you absorb shadow
spiders!
Hang it.
Anything
Lean on the
that
head.
eats spiders. No, I like the idea that, because she's right here, right? So I like the idea that he reaches up and just kind of does this to her mouth.
I scratch behind the ears, so she just.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Does this count as a pat on the head? This should count as a pat on the head.
I'll give it to
He's
you.
scratching behind my ears.
Just in this one case.
What does my pat on the head do?
It gives you a bonus to most of your rolls. I don't remember what. Right now, we haven't had it in a while. So, continue, Snarg.
So, Guido's serious time talk here. And by the way, can you see a bunch of eyes outside your little field of vision?
No.
I only
right.
see yours.
I can, but we'll
I
discuss
see
that
the
later.
eyes
That
too,
seems to be
Guido.
a secondary thing at the moment. We're talking a little big here, buddy.
I've got.
What do you mean everything's wrong with this world? I mean, Leylands are a little screwed up, but I don't think that's something we can fix.
Aren't the ley lines fine?
No.
No. I mean, no. My interpretation.
Oh! Yeah, no, the ley lines are great.
No,
They're better than
five
they've
of them
ever
that aren't
been.
great, though.
No, they're fine by his interpretation right
No,
now.
the broken ones are fine, but the other ones are wrong.
Oh, that's true. That's actually a fair point.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
the other
okay.
it's 4. Sorry, the other 4, it's half and half. So the other 4 ley lines need to be fixed. Snark's totally right.
No, you're right. Yeah.
No, it's still not making me feel better. All right, here, hang on. Let's have a seat here for a second.
Hold on. Admittedly, you did not specify in
I
your
didn't.
statement. So
I didn't.
Real quick, so right about now, as you're sitting here, an Olthoi comes up rather timidly, harvester style, to Guido, and it is looking at him unusually and is approaching him timidly.
Don't get too close, man.
And Guido, when you look at this thing, you see, like, I want you to picture the most disappointment you've ever felt in your life. Like, just, this is such a waste! I can't even believe you have the temerity to approach me. Now, what the you can't actually hear what the Olthoi's saying. The other two you hear.
Speak Skitter.
I thought Guido did speak Skittish. Oh, okay, well, either way, whoever speaks Skittish can understand that the Olthoi is basically saying, "Is everything okay? You know, I saw you guys down here. There was some kind of disturbance right now. I just wanted to check on you, see if you need any help. You know, just basically like trying to help a random stranger, kind of a thing."
Yeah.
But
I'm
Guido,
gonna scream at him, no, everything's not okay. He just ate a bunch of shadow spiders.
what are shadow spiders? So as Guido so you can't really hear this. All you're seeing is this thing, and I want you to picture like I guess the word servant is what I'm looking for, which is coming crawling to your feet, begging you for forgiveness for having utterly failed you.
So I'm assuming the spear is still in my hand.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I turn this and just slam the butt of the spear into the ground and look directly at him. What do you want?
And so the Olthoi just shrinks like a full foot, and just utterly is cowering. Like and so of course what he's actually saying is, "I'm sorry, please. I wanted to see if everything was okay. I saw, and you have a gun, and there's things." And he's just kind of rambling and babbling. No,
he's
you have a
pointing at
gun.
I have a gun.
Yes.
He's talking to me.
He referenced you. You have a gun, and there's the person, and there's shadow spiders. And I just wanted to find out. But, of course, Guido, again, you don't hear any of this. What you hear is, "I am so sorry for failing you. Please put me out of my misery." Now, you could take this a couple ways, and I'm curious what you're going to do. Or I suppose you could probably come up with ways I haven't, but I'm curious what you're going to do.
God, I don't want to do this. I pick up the spear, spin it around. Your wish is granted.
Oh, God! Oh, God! I didn't actually think you'd do that. Okay, so, Snarg and Abilene, you see Guido impale this harvester, Olthoi,
Guido!
on the shadow
Guido.
He
spear.
was just trying to make sure we were okay.
Oh, he's going crazy.
The
Attack with
Olthoi
Guido.
is super dead.
I rolled
instantly.
to hit him. I rolled to hit him with because I've still got the spike shot
That
attached.
if we're getting into combat, we have to roll initiative now.
Okay.
Guido, you get the shadow die for your initiative, by the way.
You go
Okay.
first. Well, I mean, I guess
I
technically
just realized for once I don't have to actually roll initiative.
Oh!
Yuck. Mine is a 12.
Oh my God.
Where's my thing?
Where's my initiative counters? There we go.
I could actually beat it.
We'll do this as Guido.
Well, actually, I say that.
Red will be Snarg. Green will be Abilene. So you got a 12.
Oh, hang on, my sheet crashed. I think it's a 26, but I gotta check my sheet real quick.
Does sleep work like in this setting like it does in because I can't remember. I never got. Don't remember from Hisrenka. Does sleep work like it does in WoW, where if he takes any damage, it wakes him up?
Yes, actually. Although it has to be physical damage.
So, if I hit him with spell damage,
Then it would theoretically not wake him up.
No, I'm sorry. Wait, something's wrong.
What?
33, by the way.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay.
Can you beat 33, Snarg?
No, it is impossible for me to beat 33.
What was the dice?
I got a natural 20.
Okay, so this is the initiative order then.
Well, natural 20 would actually win, though.
Oh, you're right,
No.
actually. No.
Well,
that's-
no, my dex bonus cannot get higher than than I'd have to have a dex bonus of 14 in order to beat that.
No.
No.
A natural 20.
Yeah,
it's just a winning roll.
it's just a winning roll for initiative rolls and a few other things. Because you roll
okay.
A20. So yeah, actually, Snarg,
So
you
you don't
do...
get a
So I've
natural
rearranged this, so Snarg, you actually go first. So, yeah, you have just seen Guido
But I
mercilessly
initiated
butcher.
combat, so don't I get to hit him first?
You get to switch your ammo for free. That's what I'll give you. So pick your ammo.
So
Yes.
I've been trying to grapple Greedo because he's just started killing stuff around him. I think he's got some sort of malevolent presence doing whatever. So
So what are you doing?
basically just grabbing onto his back and tying up his arms and leg, trying to just put him in place. Actually, well, hang on. Snark's not that stupid. You know, he can just take him out of
I
that.
was just about to say. I mean, if you want to, that's okay.
Snark's not that stupid. I guess he's got to knock him out. We'll try and knock him out.
So this is a good time to mention that the terrain around here would be mountainous.
Mountainous. Ooh, I actually have to see what that does.
Yeah, it
I'm
hasn't come up a
switching to
lot.
Life damage,
Uh,
because Guido's not life anymore, so we're gonna kill him with
Guido
Ooh,
hasn't been live for a long time.
oh, that's
But
actually
that's
perfect.
the one I know that he's
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
That actually worked. Okay, he's going to use a geomancy ability then.
Okay.
I like how he's covering up the not.
Of rock slide. So he just
Yes. The truth has come out.
no. All this time he was sarcastic.
all bow before me.
No, he's gone Inspector Gadget.
Oh God. Okay, so what mountain
Boxing glove comes out of my arm.
are you doing?
No, geomancy rock slide. Basically, he grabs boulders from nearby mountains, just hurls them like we to try and stun him.
Okay.
So it does some damage, and he's probably going to make this. But he's got to
Probably
succeed
gonna
on a
make it.
fort save of it's his DC 15 plus level, so I guess that's 29.
Now this is a good point to mention that you get the shadow dice for saves.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, let's see
29.
how I
You
do.
suck, Guido. Welcome to Last Bosshood.
You guys haven't seen the other part yet.
Yeah, I know, but still, he sucks to start with.
So that you said a Constitution save.
Yeah, it was this fort, so yeah, con.
Yeah, I haven't
Oh,
rewritten
yeah.
some of the stuff yet.
Same thing. Though.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 15 plus
39,000.
uh,
God, I hope
plus
not.
11, so
26.
20. Yeah,
That
26.
does not make it.
Holy crap.
Nice.
So it does
It would be
90
fun.
earth damage. And you're stunned for 3 rounds. Then let me mark off that guy.
You get a second
I got
action.
a second action. Well, I said I was going to try and knock him out. So then I just... let me see... Yeah. So using the Bloodhound non-lethal force.
Okay.
I just pull out the sword and start going non-lethally to try and knock him out. So I'm declaring non-lethal right now. It says I can deal non-lethal damage without taking the usual -4 penalty on the attack roll. Because you said I can't double up Gaia.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And I'm going to use a new feat called
Eat
Robilar's.
Sandwich.
It's close. I wish it was named like that. It'd make more sense. Robilar's Gambit. So basically, Snark puts himself in a very compromising position, open to attack. While he's doing this, everybody's got, I think, plus. While he's doing this, everybody has.
Even Guido?
Where is it? Yeah,
No.
anyone who strikes at you gains a +4 to attack rolls and damage rolls against me.
Ah, okay. So +4 chance to hit Snarg right now.
Yes.
And to hurt Snarg.
Yes. And this is the first time I've ever been able to do this. To actually make multiple attacks, more than 2.
Does Guido count as a magical beast now?
Nope.
No. And he's probably not an elf, unless something really weird has happened. So this is just straight up. I don't have a mark, so I can't do really weird stuff to him. So here we go. I'm just... should I power attack?
It's up to you.
I'll do power attack 5. How about that? Okay, here we go. The first one is... Ooh, first one's like a 40. Or 39,
Wow.
sorry. Yeah, I rolled almost max. The second one is
I should get
a
it to 12 out.
28.
Yeah, you're gonna need it in a minute.
I'm sorry, we're rolling
Oh.
accuracy 26. Because it's -2 each attack, right?
Yes.
Alright, so 26. And then 26. Did the 26 hit Guido?
So the 26 is my AC, so
Okay.
tie goes to attacker.
Ty does go to attacker.
Okay.
Okay.
So all 3 hit then.
Okay. So, oh gosh. It is currently water damage, so I'm not sure if that matters to you.
It does.
Actually, it
He's been
totally
infused
does.
with elementals.
You're doing nothing but water damage.
My greatsword is currently water damage. Does it do
Okay.
anything to him?
It will heal him.
Alright, you're fully healed. Because I'm
But
going to
he
do
has
like
fire in him too.
Yeah.
200
And
damage
Earth
to him.
and spatial.
So it's going to fully heal him then.
Switch to life.
So
Switch to life, or what's the opposite of Earth?
air.
Air. I just realized that I made a mistake.
Okay, we'll fix it. So that's your 2 actions. You hit him
Yep.
for 90, stun him, and then heal him to full.
Yes.
This is probably a good point at which your character is fully aware of the absorptive property, and you probably
Yes.
can put together the fact that he can absorb all 4 that I mentioned earlier. Now,
Yes. What were the ones you mentioned? Just know for
oh no, it's
For
okay. You can,
reference
you
sake?
can watch the VOD; it'll be cool. So,
great.
no, it's earth, water, fire,
Spatial.
So
Is
we
the
can
foot.
hit him with life or air.
or light, or dark.
Yes, but the life and air will do the most damage because he's weak against them.
So, Guido, it is technically your turn. Now, since you aren't quite a normal person all of a sudden, for some strange reason, you actually have a choice.
Oh, wait. This may change something.
What?
So you use the 3.5 stun thing condition, right?
Right.
Is that right? Or you have your special condition?
I have my own stun thing, but why does it matter?
Oh, because stun creature normally drops everything they've held.
Oh, no, that's not true.
Okay. All right, never mind.
So,
Corrupting influence.
So, basically, Guido, this is really simple. I'm going to give you another chance to beat that 29 DC in order to break the stun early.
Okay.
Whoop! I need to switch songs. Sorry, viewers at home. Actually, that was the song that... Oh, no, that's the next song.
Oh, okay.
We'll switch to that.
He's not in his phase 2.
10, 11, and
He
9.
hasn't taken
I
any
got a
damage.
30.
How did he get into phase 2?
That, you beat it.
Wow, so your first action will be burnt, breaking the stun.
Okay.
And so I'm just picturing you like you're still on the Ulthoi, and then you get stunned by the rock slide, and then you break out of it, and you now have your second action to do whatever it is you want to do.
Okay.
He's not like other bosses where he get extra actions, does he?
No, maybe
Eventually.
he might. That's up to him. I mean, I can buff him as much as you want. I'm cool with it.
He has superpowers.
He is superhuman right now, yes. Super Lugian, excuse me.
Yeah, super Lugian.
Wait, Guido. Are you full sized?
No, I'm still the same size that I was. I'm a midget Lugian.
Yeah, he is still an ordinary-sized Lugian.
Onichan and I were talking about it, and we were like, you would probably end up you would make yourself full sized.
Because, damn it,
No, not full size. You were going to make yourself bigger than a tall Lugian,
yeah,
not just average.
go full Kaizo. Or not Kaizo, Kaiju, excuse me. Wrong term.
Oh. But I've only got the one action. Okay.
Yeah, you only have one action this round because you burnt one on stunning. Yeah, what is he playing? I've been really wondering that.
What are you playing?
Payday 2.
Oh,
Payday 2.
okay.
Forsaken.
Okay. Would you like to describe it, or would you like me to?
Well, so I come out of the stun, still gripping the spear, and I look through Snarg. For a moment, it seems like I'm just taking a breath, and then gripping the spear in both hands, I again slam it down in front of me, and I'm going to describe this as a ripple goes out from me that looks like a ripple in a pond. I'll let you describe the effect that happens. But
So, everyone within a fairly large nearby radius, which happens to include Abilene and Snarg, you feel as this horrible despair enter your very soul. And you are now under this malaise for the rest of combat.
What's it?
Right.
Where anything you want to do at all requires, within reason, I'm not going to require you to roll to breathe, requires a roll to succeed. The action you want to do will determine the roll in order to succeed at it. If you choose not to take an action, obviously nothing happens. And if you succeed at the roll, then you're fine and you just do everything. If you fail at a roll, not only do you lose that particular action, but you take water damage.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
All right, so what do I roll
To
attack him with life piercing?
let's go ahead and make that a strength roll.
Oh, joy, because I'm a mite. Couldn't make it an int roll
Why would it be an int roll to shoot a gun?
because it's my gun.
Although I suppose, in hindsight, dexterity might be more appropriate. Let's make that dexterity instead. Sorry.
Okay.
it does make sense.
That's a
I've
lot
been
better.
playing FF8 today, where strength affects the damage of your machine guns. I'm serious. I'm serious.
So that's
Dumbest
a 15.
mechanic
better?
ever.
That's a 15 to do something.
15 is just barely enough.
Now I have to roll to hit him.
Now you have to actually do the attack. You've successfully pulled the trigger.
Guido, does a 21 hit?
Nope.
How did you
I
roll
don't
a
hit him.
21?
7 and 14 is 21.
Jesus Christ, you rolled crap.
He is
Okay.
flanked, +2.
So, what's your second action then?
Same thing. Do I have to roll again?
Yes, you do.
Oh, this sucks.
DC
Guido,
15
you
dexterity.
suck. That's a higher than the last one.
Okay.
I rolled a 16 on the die.
So you successfully pull the trigger again. Roll better than
I
garbage.
did not roll better. I rolled worse.
So 2 shots go flying, next to you there, Guido.
Okay.
Snarg, that makes it your turn.
Well,
Okay.
It doesn't affect my aim. It just affects whether.
So
it goes in.
I gotta roll. You said it was a
imagining
dexterity
lands off
save?
the armor.
I'm sorry, what are you trying to do?
You said it was a dexterity save to do anything?
No, the
No, it was a
the save
dexterity
depends
save
on your
to shoot my
action.
gun.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, mountain.
I just realized that's too loud, viewers, sorry. We had to turn off One Winged Angel. It was just too loud. And it's singing, so it might drown out a bit.
Let's see. Air damage should affect him according to my elemental knowledge, correct?
That is, according to your elemental knowledge, yes. It heals him! No, I'm kidding. That'd be funny.
All right, I'm going to try and do a geomancy ability.
Okay.
So I got to make some sort of save.
Let's make that just int. What are you showing me? What? I'm so confused.
I have a 15.
Oh.
12 plus 3.
15 is actually enough.
Okay. So with that, I whip out the mountain winds to encircle Guido.
Okay.
And since this seems like... Well, no. I guess I'll need to. So 1d8 times level air damage to a single target.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and use my dice roller to do that. Oh boy. 69 air damage. Does it look like that's affecting you, Guido?
Guido's like, nah, I'm fine. I got this. It's cool.
And that's going to continue every round thereafter for 2 rounds.
Did you roll to see if your poison thing happened?
Wrong
What
person.
thing?
Don't you have a poison thing?
Yes, Guido
I do.
does.
Oh. Somebody has a poison thing.
Yeah, no, it's not me. And then, I guess I gotta do it. I'm going to not use the gambit this time. And I gotta use my other action to switch the elemental damage of my weapon.
2.
Well, does it look like air is hurting you?
Air does do damage, yes.
Alright, switch it to air.
Okay.
And that's my second action.
Guido, it is your turn. You do not need to roll to do stuff. Oh, actually, hang on. I just realized, Snarg, I need you to roll to switch the damage on your weapon.
Oh, okay. What
Sorry.
kind of roll?
That's a... Let's call that a... Let's call
Elemental.
that an int roll.
Oh, 21.
You're fine. Okay, sorry. Proceed, Guido.
Okay. Yeah.
Just I mean, I don't want to influence your decision making or strategizing, but I'd love it if you used the abilities I gave you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just debating on how to strategize here.
Yar. So you used the one that doesn't require maintenance.
Yep. Next, I'm going to.
Oh, this one could be.
So the spear from, just because I love it as a prop here. So I had slammed it down before, so it's still stuck in the ground. I step back, the spear is still standing there, and clap my hands.
Okay.
Oh, applause. I get to go again.
No, she gets the bonus now, though.
Great. Okay, clap your hands.
And
Oh, speaking of which, what does mine do? My pat on the head?
Doesn't
Or the
it?
ear scritches?
It should say on your character sheet.
No, it says to be determined by the GM.
Oh, right. No. Well, in that case, it's just +2 to your rolls.
Well, hell, that might have hit something.
No.
No. Remember, you rolled kind of crap. So you clap your hands together. Bam. There's this. You hear thunder, literal thunder in the distance.
yes, well, in the distance or nearby?
That's up to you. I guess.
Because I was thinking the clap of thunder would emanate out from the clap
Oh, there you go. There you go. Sorry.
as as if a big bang went off.
Oh God. Okay. Okay.
Is this ability maybe called Big Bang?
No, no. Fortunately, that Olthoi is dead. There's no other nearby creatures yet. Although, if
Explodes
someone
in a
tried
sense
to
that was
rules
like-
lawyer me on
okay.
this ability, holy crap! Like, okay, I want to use Big Bang on every insect within 100 yards. They've all got 1 health, but there's got to be thousands of them. So, go ahead.
If it's anything that's alive, wouldn't it also affect like plants and grass?
See,
and...
this is why I don't allow rules lawyering in my games.
This is the same thing as your little resurrection thing.
GM.
Oh, wouldn't it affect all the gnats in the air too?
I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean,
GM Fiat, shut up.
yeah.
You explode, Big Bang.
You suddenly. No, okay. Do you want to explain it, or I mean, you've already did the visual effect. Do you want me to?
So that's 19 damage.
Okay. So both of you take 19 typeless damage,
Oh.
and Guido is healed for 38.
So, question: does that bypass the armor?
I'm going to say yes for this specific attack
Okay.
because of the nature of how it works.
All right. Taken then.
And you just see, I'm assuming you can see because it's a cool effect, tendrils of sparkling smoke just emanate out from you and get sucked into me.
And he looks like he's doing better now.
You cut that out, Guido. We're doing this for your own good. Ow, by the way.
So that's his first action.
Okay. And he surrenders with the second.
Of course! I mean, what else is he going to do? He's clearly outclassed.
Yeah.
So at this point, I kind of like the idea of the second form.
Oh, okay. So what's funny is I was going to give you the option of basically resisting turning into it or just embracing it. So, I mean, but obviously you just want to embrace it, which is totally cool by me. So what happens is Guido, as he does this BAM, and then this happens, and everyone's like, and there's this moment where the battle just kind of seems to pause for a second, and Guido's looking down at you, and it just kind of the thoughts just kind of start self-replicating, like echo chambering in there, like what is wrong with you people? I am doing this for you. I am trying to fix your world. And it just kind of gets worse and worse and worse until you see Guido start to lose his color, until you still see a full three-dimensional thing there, but it's completely absent light, as if it's not like black. No light being shined on it is present, so you just see a black void standing there where Guido used to be. Which would you prefer, Guido? Because I gave Guido an option.
This is going to be the not split.
Okay, so in that case, you also get to have another visual effect of some kind to acknowledge this fact. I'm open to ideas for you to look cool.
Wow, I hadn't thought that far ahead.
If you want, I have some ideas already.
Sure, go for it.
So shards. So he goes to the pitch black thing, and then there's this sound of breaking glass that everyone hears, and you see shards of this glass go flying out of him. Each one carries a single eye within it, and they start kind of hovering around him and slowly orbiting him. And each one is, of course, looking at Snarg and at Abilene, and there's like these arcs of black and violet lightning that are jumping between each of the little shards of black glass, like obsidian, really, and him. And the spear actually kind of grows a bit and becomes basically a full-on halberd instead of just a simple, stabby. And so,
Stick.
yeah, it's not just a simple stick anymore. It's this whole full, eloquent halberd, which has a stylized, like a spike on one end of not of this end where the axe is, but on the other end there's like this stylized spike resting right next to another spike, both of which occasionally seem to blur into each other and form a sort of a stylized M on the other end of it. And if I'm being completely honest, that probably should take up your second action, just doing that.
No, that's fair.
In the
That's
interest
fair.
of fairness. So, Abilene, it's your turn.
Yay! Let's roll to do nothing.
What are you rolling?
I changed dice, so maybe this one will be better.
Well, you have a kitten now. So
It's
okay.
not. My first action does nothing.
Okay, your first action does not. Oh, and you take damage.
Yes. Well,
So, what are we trying to do?
Let me double check. Does a
You need
does
hit.
an 11 do anything?
What are you trying to do?
Shoot him?
Okay, so no, in that case. And for an attack action like that, we're going to go ahead and do this much damage, which is going to be, that's actually not that much, 9 water damage.
All right, let's try again. All right, this one hits. That's a 16 on the die.
Okay, so you successfully pull the trigger.
And then a 6 plus... That's a 20, which is less than... So I don't hit him.
What's your AC again, Guido?
26.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't blow an AP on that roll. Might I suggest trying to do something other than a regular shot at this point? For God's sakes.
You went to phase 2.
You
I
literally...
Zombie
didn't
slash.
do anything.
I mean, you have the doesn't miss shot. You have the...
Oh, yeah.
Lancet.
What
I
else we
forgot
got?
about my lancets.
Oh my
I only
god.
have 6 of those, though.
You have...
Yes, use them. He just became death incarnate.
He literally became the final... You are like every RPG gamer ever who's like, I know it's the last boss, but I might need that MP later.
Look,
I
I don't
wanna
know how
use
to
my
put my
elixirs.
second form on.
I don't want to lose my elixirs. You know how hard those are to come by? I've only got like 20.
Wait, hey, can we pause the battle for like 10 minutes while I mark him?
Hits shot. Involves
Guido's
no
like-
penalties.
Okay.
You're gonna win anyway, I promise. No.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, so... Wow, I can't believe you're not... You just... Really?
I have it this but Snarg turns to
I
Adeline and says,
don't
Adeline,
have
get
one.
serious!
I don't have one that actually just hits him.
Um...
I've got blink, sniper shot, which it doesn't involve any penalties to hit, but all it does is let me hit things that I can't see. Rapid shot, which requires a hit. Ricochet, which requires it to hit. And combined shot, which requires 2 mag lancers.
Oh, here they are. God, I was looking at the wrong freaking page.
Trick shot is the one that hits regardless. I don't have that one.
Oh, you didn't... That's right, you didn't take trick shot.
The choice was trick shot, which is a guaranteed hit, or getting the one that lets me get 2 mag lancers. But Guido decided to go full evil before I could get my second mag lancer.
Damn it, Guido! You're so inconsiderate!
Come
Just
on, man.
impatient.
Ooh. No,
Um,
I won't do it now.
So I literally, all I can do is hit him.
I mean, you could do ricochet shot, which gives him flank, which gives you sneak attack damage, but I mean,
Only if I hit him.
that's true. If Snarg hits him, he's also flanked, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess I'll
Anyways.
try ricochet shots and hope I hit.
Okay. If we're doing the action over, I'm going to have to require you to roll to take an action at all. So
I get 2 actions.
Yes. Your first action was failing to shoot, where you took water damage. This is
Yeah.
your second action, which you're doing over completely. So I need you to roll to take an action.
I had to roll to take an action last time. I have
Yes.
to roll no matter what I do.
Yes.
If I want to pull the trigger twice, I have to roll twice.
Yes.
Yeah, so why are you telling me I have to re-roll? That's a natural 20
Be-
on my to do something.
I'm telling you to re-roll because we're rewinding time in action. That's why.
So I get 2 actions again.
No, we rewinded time 1 action.
I only took 1 action.
You
You took 2.
No, I didn't.
you
You
failed to
did.
take your first action, so that got eaten, right?
Yes.
Then your second
Which means
action,
I'm on my second action.
which we rewound to 2, which means you have 1 action remaining.
You had taken the shot and missed. So we're taking that shot back and letting you take
So
the
I have
ricochet.
2 shots again.
No, you get the 1.
I had only shot at him once.
Yes, but you failed to shoot at all the first time.
Oh. Sorry. I'm like, yeah, I failed to hit him. What are you talking about?
So we're giving you back that. So you rolled a 20 to take the action. So you do get to pull the trigger.
And
Now
then
you-
I rolled a 4 on my to hit.
So you really need better dice, apparently.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She's fine.
Snarg, it is your turn.
Okay. So
Can I scream in frustration?
Yes.
not in my ear. Ow.
Snarg,
I'm
you're at
not on
negative
your
20 to
shoulders.
everything. Yes, you are.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
What? Where are you then?
I was next to him.
So why
Okay.
aren't you back on his shoulder?
Because I have to take an action to get on his shoulder.
But you never left his shoulder.
When you asked where we were,
Right. Doesn't matter.
Okay, you're on the ground then. Got it. You don't have cover. That's all that matters.
Okay.
well,
The
no,
mount.
I assumed when we came through the portal that I wasn't on his shoulder, because I was on his shoulder when we went through the portal.
Okay. It doesn't
Mount-
actually matter.
Mountain winds go off at the start of my turn.
Okay, so damage.
Set damage.
Air
so
damage.
Guido, 55 more air damage. And
have
I'll
you-
continue for one more round.
Have you adjusted to your new HP, Guido?
Yes.
Just making sure. Okay.
Is it
And
55?
55, that's correct.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to activate my form, Ascension.
Okay.
And the ability I'm going to pick is Celestial Call. So Snarg activates his Ascension, becomes all skeletal and flame-like and all that sort of good stuff. And for his first action, he's going to attempt to do Celestial Call. Now, do I need to roll for this? All right, what kind of save?
No, wait a minute. He can take form and take an action in the same turn?
He can take form and take action, but both of those are going to be rolls. So, to take
okay.
form,
What?
that's going to be. That's a tough one, actually. Why don't we make
Something
that
really
a
good.
My kitten
Constitution
is in a
save?
box.
Okay. I'm using action point. Okay, that comes out to a 15 then. I've used my combat action.
That will, yeah, your combat action is not burned.
All right, and
Oh, by the way, Guido, you still get a combat AP, just for reference.
then attempt to do Celestial Call just on the center of us.
Remind me what Celestial Call is, really quick.
So it generates a huge ray of energy from the heavens. Suffuses the energy, the area for a 50-foot radius.
That's going to be an int roll.
An intro. Okay. Damn, I fail.
What'd you get total? I mean, it's 50.
I got a 9 total.
Yeah, no. So, nothing
Damage.
happens.
I
And
take
you take
damage?
damage, right. You take some water damage. And that will be... God, I'm rolling crap. I'm sorry, Guido. I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear.
I know.
You take 9 water damage.
All right, that's going in the belt.
Okay. So,
I really need this to go off, so I'm going to
Guido, it's your turn now.
Oh, am I done?
You burnt an action transforming, and then you burnt an action casting.
Oh, I wasn't aware it took an action. Okay,
Yeah, sorry.
all right.
Guido?
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is so I've just done the clap
Okay.
and I bring my arms back to my chest in a cross.
Okay. As you're doing
And-
that, there's like some of the obsidian eye shards that are around you kind of swoop in with the movement of your arms, like whoosh.
You want your lunch?
And
Wait until I fail my turn.
um,
Well, come
how
here.
would that manifest?
I'm gonna take the kitten over to food area. Be right back. Guido,
Yeah.
try not to kill me while you're gone.
We'll see.
While I'm gone. Come.
Suddenly, Abilene dies.
Okay. So what happens is in a radius, the ground just erupts with essentially sand, just dust, just. That good?
Yeah, no, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Okay. I don't know how you want to describe the effect of that.
I'm assuming this is the fire one.
No, this is Earth.
Oh, this is. Oh, yeah. Okay. So
Hence the.
So as the. Oh God, I'm gonna need her to do a roll too. Basically, I need to do a Constitution save, Snarg,
Okay.
and
Oops.
I'll need her to
I
do one.
came out with a 25.
Aw. Nothing
Well,
happens
Con's-
to you.
Con's pretty high.
But so the visual effect is like the sand and the earth just kind of floats up into the air and just kind of hovers there for a second, and then it kind of starts turning like viscous and rotten, and like it instead of looking at like pure clean sand, it feels like you're looking at just chunks of lichen and mold and garbage as it kind of filters down onto you.
Smells like rotten eggs.
Yes, it smells like rotten eggs, and you're like, oh God, and you hold your breath for just a critical second there as you're trying not to, take it
Oh,
in.
that's amazing.
And Guido did something horrifically evil, which we'll figure out in a bit.
Predict.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And so, now that Sis's character is dead, we can actually move on. Oh, hey! I need you to roll a Constitution save, Sis.
Okay. Sorry about that. What a constitution. Helps if I'm not on my abilities and feats page.
You're gonna hate me?
That's an 8.
An 8?!
I rolled a 5 and I have 3.
Alright, so you now have 12 status effects. You are now afflicted
What?
with enfeeble, imperil, sleep, stop, mini, slow, petrify, confuse, silence,
skipped my
berserk,
round.
frog, and imp.
For how many rounds?
I gotta roll for that.
I skipped my turn until then because I don't think I can do anything.
Oh my God! Well, no, okay, so 2 rounds. So, just to make this clear, you are a shrunk imp frog who is
I'm an imp frog.
who is berserk, so you're constantly beating the crap out of everything with your fists, not your gun, who can't speak, who is confused, so you're beating Snarg, who is petrified, so you can't move, who is slowed, so you can't move quickly, who is stopped, so you can't move, who is asleep, who is weak to physical attacks and weak to magical attacks.
So Snarg,
You're just like a little. You're a rock.
I am a rock.
All of a sudden, just
I am,
I am a rock.
I am a frog imp rock
oh my
on fire
You rolled
on your shoulder.
Hey, would you like to blow your combat AP on that to remove
I don't-
some of those? I mean, maybe.
So-
I mean, that
You
might
know
even
what? I
work.
wouldn't
Hold on,
because
hold on.
some of those stop the other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it alone.
If she's a rock, how much damage is she going to take?
That's true.
I'm not alive
Okay.
if I'm a rock.
No, that's true. Petrify actually does add damage reduction.
Because predict goes off,
Okay.
Divine Judgment is what is rolled.
So, the source of all evil in the world casts divine judgment.
Okay.
That's a critical hit.
Oh my god. Okay.
So it doubles all the effects.
Yep.
So 1d10 times level holy damage to all enemies.
I'm not an enemy,
1d10
I'm a
times
rock.
1d10 times level healing to all friendlies.
Oh my god.
Can I be a friend
That's
since
it.
I'm a rock?
So-
That's it.
Oh my god. Okay.
So that's 2d10.
That is 2d10 times... I don't remember your level right now.
13.
13. That is 26 to 260 damage.
How much damage do I get to negate since I'm a rock?
I'll be really generous and say that you get to reduce it by half. Which is not what should happen. Just to be as blunt as
It might
possible.
not kill me.
It might not kill you. I know you have a less HP than everyone else here.
This is important. Does this hit the armor, or does this
Yes.
go through?
No, this does hit the
Okay.
armor. This will be
That
going
now it
through.
might actually be survivable. But armor's probably gone.
This may destroy the armor. Oh my
Hey,
god.
at least I don't need 5 rounds of Doffet anymore.
It's true.
So
So you really are trying to kill us.
well, why would you try and
Stop me from fixing things.
exactly? Why would you try and stop me from fixing this world?
The rock
Obviously.
says nothing.
For some reason. It's sleeping and also mute.
So that's 156.
And a rock.
Okay, the
150
armor blows apart.
156.
Yep.
So, sis, you
hold
take 78? No, that's not right.
And I'm just healed to max.
I can math, I swear. No, I can't, apparently. Why can't I do that? That's
It was
28.
156.
No, I'm right. That is
I
78.
take 78 damage.
I was right. God damn it. Don't want to question myself.
So I'm basically dead.
How much HP do you have left?
37.
Okay. So that was Guido's
And I'm a rock.
Second.
second
Can
action.
I
That's right.
blink
'cause
as
you
a
did the other
rock?
one. Well, you
I mean,
would
if I wasn't stopped.
if
and
you weren't
slowed
stopped and petrified and,
And
slowed
asleep.
and asleep and mute, then yes.
It
Okay.
doesn't require me to talk.
Abilene, it's your turn.
I can't do anything.
Would you?
Do I get to roll to see if I can break out of my
You know what? Sure.
multiple effects?
Why not? We'll give you a
Do
roll.
I have to roll individually, or can I just
let's
magically break
let's
all
roll
of them
down
since
the
I'm a
list.
rock?
Let's roll down the list. We'll start with imp because that's
We
actually
start with M.
All right, I'm gonna go
So
use the
then I'll
bathroom while you're
just
rolling.
be a
Then.
rock.
just go on. Just go down the list.
What am I? What?
Constitution. We'll make it Constitution.
Okay, that's a 19.
Okay,
Not
so
be an imp.
you are now no longer an imp frog.
Okay, that's an 18 for whatever's next on the list.
So a frog. So you're still a berserk sleeping rock.
But I'm a might rock.
Yes, you are now a might rock.
Okay, that whatever's next on the list is a 11.
Okay, so that's the end of the chain. That's as far as you go this round.
I
But
can't break any more of them.
no, I'm sorry. I'm afraid not.
What was that? What was the third one?
Berserk.
Which would make sense. I'm a very angry rock,
You are
so I
s-
can't roll Constitution.
It's logical.
Yes. Hold on, Magus. Can you type out all of the status effects I just had for me?
Yeah, I can actually copy paste them. Boop. There you go.
I'm doomed?
No, sorry, that's the one you didn't get.
Oh, thank God!
You got everything on the list except for Doom.
What does Enfeeble even do?
That's
What does Imperil do?
Enfeeble makes you take more magic damage. Imperil makes you take more physical damage.
Okay.
So wait a minute.
I know. I'm-
Even with the
I'm-
like stone form
I'm just kind of going with it, honestly.
Okay, sure.
That it is pure GM fiat, and I admit it.
Let's just roll with it. Keep going.
Snarg, it is your turn.
I try Celestial Call again. I need this to go off so bad.
Give me the int roll.
Well, at least I'm not doomed. Rock.
Nope.
All right.
Try it again.
Yeah, give me the next int roll.
So Snarg, on
Quick
your
and finally,
shoulder,
21.
on your shoulder, there is a statuette
Okay.
of a tiny mite.
No, you're not on your shoulder.
Yeah, I am.
No, we
You didn't see the
decided
group
she
message.
is actually on the shoulder now.
All right. So this
I had
huge.
assumed
Okay.
that I was
Okay.
removed from
All
his
right.
shoulder.
It doesn't really matter. It
So
really
this
doesn't.
huge beam of light from the heavens comes down and just lights up this place. 50 feet radius.
Oh my
all
god.
around. Yeah, it's pretty big. So we basically got this battlefield
Whoa.
enshrined in light.
Oh wait, hang on. Where's One Winged Angel? I'll pull that up really quick.
I admit, I picked this one also for thematic purposes.
So what does it actually do?
Well, this is going to last for a total of a lot of rounds. For 7 rounds, and while me and friendly people are inside it, we get healed for a boatload.
Ooh, that's good. Because
Yes.
you really
Do I
need that
have
right
strength even though
now.
I'm a rock?
Yes,
do.
you will still get healed even if
Yes.
you're a rock.
So
Hang on. I'll keep track of the rounds because this might actually go that long.
I am an angry but friendly rock.
So,
here's I'm guessing this goes off now and then it keeps going off every round, correct?
yes, and your 7 rounds, 7 of your actions from now, when your 7th next turn begins, the effect will go away.
Okay. So the first heal is 63.
And that's how much damage I take?
You don't take damage.
There's no damage.
I don't? Oh, okay.
Not
No,
unless
no, this
it
is a
goes into
normal-
nighttime.
This is a normal ability.
Yeah, not unless it goes until nighttime. But that was my second action, so that's
Yep.
it.
So that's it. So Guido, it is your turn.
So,
It's like, Guido, just stop now, all right?
now,
I don't say anything. I'm a rock.
Who is
Look at-
asleep?
You're killing
Who's
us.
silenced?
Who's silenced? And berserk. And confused.
so let me ask you this,
Yeah.
Zagnus. Picture a Zen diagram
Okay.
with the overlapping circles.
I'm with it.
What happens in the center where those circles overlap? I'm sure you can guess which one.
Normally they shade it in to make a political point.
Oh. Wait, so you want to double up the columns?
Well, technically triple.
Well, it would double and triple then.
Okay.
I'm gonna need some dexterity saves.
I am a rock.
It's okay, you're on his shoulder. For the first time, that suddenly
Well-
matters.
My dexterity went up 10 now that I've shed the armor, so hopefully this will be okay.
If
So-
Snarg succeeds in the dex save, does that mean I've succeeded?
He's jumping out of the way of something. So
So the
effect-
first-
so yeah.
So I'm guessing like a massive pillar rises up or something of that sort.
No. Guido, do you
Alright,
want to
so here's-
describe what innocent effect happens while he's rolling this?
So what I'm going to do... Oh, this is terrible. Picture the superhero landing.
Okay.
Punch the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly... what appears as one, but is actually 3 columns of just lava erupt under Snarg's feet and just shoot straight up into the air.
I'm a rock.
So
Okay.
what's the roll? So now, to be clear, if you succeed at this, that rock is going to go flying off your shoulder. But if you succeed at this, the rock is going with you for this save.
I got a
But I
32.
have sticky glove. I have sticky rock gloves.
You're a rock who is stopped, slowed, muted, silenced, confused, petrified, berserk.
Do I get to take half damage if he fails?
Sure.
Well, if I fail with this, I'm going home. So I got a 32 to save.
Jesus Christ! Yes, you succeed.
Yay! I'm still attached.
So, you go flying off of his shoulder. You're over there. You're like this big. Because you're a miniatured mite. So you're literally like a little action figure right now.
You're a chess piece.
So,
Yeah, you're a chess piece.
So, Snarg, for all intents and purposes, what you feel is you no longer feel Sasha on your shoulder.
Yeah, basically.
He's worried about other stuff right now.
So those pillars just annihilate whatever the hell used to just be. You know, the dirt and the rock and the little dust is just ash now. And that was his first action.
Okay.
Please don't attack the rock.
Just go over and start stomping the rock out of spite.
Screw you! Screw you! Oh my god.
Oh, if you just want to kill Adeline, here you
We're
go.
going to die in the first few rounds of a boss fight without even having got to do anything this time.
I just gotta say for my viewers, I'm usually hesitant about letting a player basically play a boss, because any boss is usually designed to be stronger than the party, which means if you're intelligent about it from a player's perspective, that boss is much worse. For example, I can tell you right now how Guido could just win this fight, probably with this action. I'm not going to say that, because I don't want that to happen.
I'm a rock.
Predict.
Okay.
Rock slide.
Wait, I'm a rock. Does Rockside heal me?
No.
Is that the
It
same
might
thing as the
miss
Geomancer
you!
thing?
You might literally fall into the cracks. Okay, so rock slide.
So it's
I believe it's just earth damage.
yeah, 1d10 times level. So, ooh, 104.
Oh my god.
Okay. Take it.
So sis, you take 52 of that.
You're not going to let me roll to see
I
if
guess-
I fit through the cracks?
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Now
Well-
the good news is,
I do have one question before you continue.
go ahead.
How far did Snarg dodge?
Why don't we roll for that, just for fun? If we were doing a grid, he just did. He went
I
3
grouped.
squares to the right.
Okay, so
15
not very
feet.
far. Okay.
Yeah, he's right over there.
I was concerned that he may have ejected himself from the.
Oh, it's 50
Celestial
foot
light.
radius.
Yeah,
I can't even move that fast.
may have been able to.
I don't know.
Wait, no, I'm sorry, I can.
Well-
Disregard that.
Right.
I can't move that fast.
No,
Position.
no, I got
wasn't a
you.
rock.
I understand.
So sis, it is your turn.
Let's roll to see
I
if
mean-
I
Yeah, if you want to get an action this turn, let's see if you can do anything. It's got to get rid of Berserk first.
I rolled a 1 the first time.
All right. Now, the effect only lasted 2 rounds, and I've been keeping track. So this is actually the end of the second round. So at the end of your action, all of a sudden you just and all the effects go away, and you're just sitting there on the grass, like. And of course, you were asleep the whole time and stopped, so you have no idea what just happened. There's a lot of ash in a circle over there, about 15 feet that way. Snarg's on the ground for some reason. Snarg, it's your turn.
We know this is your fault.
Okay. No kidding. Healing
You
stuff goes
could
off.
have joined me.
I don't want any part of whatever you're
You
doing.
should have joined me.
All right. All friendlies heal for 58.
Sis, I really hope you're keeping track of that healing, by the way.
I am.
Just making sure.
I'm at 106 currently.
Why am I sending privately? I just realized.
I don't
I
know.
swear.
All right. Dang it. Anything I do is like a 35% chance that I can actually do it.
If you want my advice, I say come out swinging.
I probably need to. So I dodged away from Guido, correct? So I'm like a couple feet away. All right.
At this point, you're probably about 4 squares from him.
Okay.
Maybe
So-
maybe 3. It kind of depends.
He picks up and just starts slashing away at him with his sword.
So, first, of course, is going to be a strength save.
Oh, that's a lot better.
To swing.
Oh,
That's a lot better. 1.
well, no. I have to roll a 2 or less to fail. I roll a 3. So it's a 15.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
Now you have to
air
actually
damage
hit
this
him.
time. Slash.
You have to
I'm
beat
not going
his...
to gambit since Guido doesn't seem to be actually swinging anything.
Guido's just like...
Oh.
yeah, he's just... I got
Alright.
this.
So pick up your sword and swing something.
Come on, man.
Okay. So here's the first power attack. I'll power attack.
Okay.
I'll power attack 5.
Okay.
So the first one is a 33.
I think that breaks it.
Second one is higher.
Hold on.
Yes.
Each of those attacks, don't you have to roll?
Do I have to roll for each attack?
Because they're the same action.
You know, I didn't actually decide on that. How many attacks per round or per action do you get?
3.
Tell you what, I am gonna make you roll, but I'm gonna. Actually, no, I'm not gonna. I am gonna make you roll per action. I know that sounds contradictory. Per swing, sorry.
Per swing. Okay. So the second swing roll is fine, unless the DC's changed.
Nope, DC's the same.
And then the third one's like a 31.
Okay.
So I had a. They were all higher than the first swing, which you said hit. So was that power attack 10? So we pull up the calculator.
I thought you said
Wait,
power
10.
attack
You said 5.
Or 5. Sorry, that's how much damage it adds.
I'm gonna do power attack 30 for no reason.
No. So it's power attack 5, but it adds 10 because I dropped 5 and then add 10.
Yeah.
All right. So.
All right, I'll be back in 20 minutes when he's done rolling.
Oh, hang on. I calculated it up. I just got to roll 66, which are actually fairly inconsequential in the extra damage. All right.
Let's try.
By the way, Guido, do you like Mega Man?
I'm not opposed to it. I never got into it, but
I just wanted to show off my mug.
Oh, okay.
I was.
That's cool.
rather pleased with it.
So the total, and this is over 3 hits, so whatever SR you have applies, is 204 air damage.
Jesus Christ.
All right, and
Now you got to roll to do anything.
somebody just fell down the stairs, apparently. All right, we're gonna risk it. So 3 more attacks. My second action.
So roll strength.
So here's
strength.
the strength save. Strength save comes out to be a 29.
And then 2 more.
And the attack roll is a.
Or I guess you can do it one by one.
Ooh, I missed 24.
Oh.
The second swing, natural 20 to save, and then the actual attack is a 36. And then the third swing save is like 29. And then to hit, it's 38. So the first one missed, and then 2 more hits.
Yeah, viewers at home, this is why I gave Guido a lot of health.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't do shit.
Hey, you demonstrated what that attack does.
So
That's a very
135
valuable service.
Now, is this
135 air
lethal or
damage over.
non-lethal?
This is still non-lethal unless you've
Still
uncovered it.
non-lethal.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is going to be interesting.
Okay.
Well, basically, if I take you down, it's yeah. Okay.
So you said 135?
135 air damage.
Okay.
By the way, I'm doing lethal damage.
It hasn't mattered yet, but she's doing lethal damage.
I am attempting to do lethal damage.
There we go. There we go.
All right, that's the end of my stuff.
I'm failing.
Okay. Guido, it is your turn.
So you're going to have to tell me what the result of that is here.
Oh, so it did? Okay, never mind. I just saw it. All right.
We in phase 3 now?
I'm actually... give me a second, because I want to think about this. For our viewers at home, the one-winged angel concept is something most people don't actually understand. They think it just means, oh, they get a second phase. What the one-winged angel concept actually means is that the villain has given up on their goals or dreams or aspirations or life, and is basically willing to die just to get one last act of spite out on the heroes, right? And I'm not mentioning that for any particular reason right now. Guido, what's your one-winged angel form? Again,
Form.
I have
Okay.
one if you'd like me to, but I wanted to give you the option.
It's an imp frog rock.
Yes! Very apropos.
Yeah, what are you thinking, since you already had something in mind?
So, I've always pictured this particular entity. He's a part of another entity, so the obsidian shard thing, of course, is one of the major aspects of his form. The original Lugian part of you just goes away. It just shatters. And I'm sorry. I'm getting really distracted here by my sister. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I've been really scatterbrained. I woke up at like 3 today and I haven't been able to get back to sleep.
I'll let you get your story out and then I'll type it.
The original Lugian form just shatters, and you feel this like shockwave go throughout the area, and it actually sends both of you, both Snarg and Ebeline, back on your back, back against the dirt. And you're like, oh god! And you look up, and the shards of glass are like starting to create this sort of tornado of glass, of black glass. And that purple and black lightning I mentioned before starts cohesing, and you see a single bloodshot eye just kind of open up in the middle of it, as if kind of coming out from the cloud. And you feel the rage just pouring out from this thing. And it's not just like, I hate you rage. This is righteous indignation. This is, I was right. You were wrong. You are the problem here. And this kind of pours over you, and you see... Pick a weapon type, Guido, that you really want to use.
It would have been my sword.
So you see Justad actually kind of hover up into the air for a bit, and then just kind of starts to grow, but not evenly. It doesn't actually expand. It's like you could literally see it like a tree that's kind of slowly growing, and by slowly I mean actually growing in fast motion. And you see the scabbard turning into like these sort of branches, and the hilt coming out, and the blade itself kind of starts expanding and growing out into little shards of like frozen black flame. And there's no hand, there's no arms, it's just the sword is there, and it's just kind of hovers over to the side of this giant whirling tornado of obsidian death. And you can say whatever you want if you would feel like saying anything.
So, in a voice that is a mockery of Guido's, you hear, I could have saved this world.
And it's actually your turn, Guido.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, seeing as how I have this nifty sword... sword? I'm going to swing trying to hit.
Any swing will hit both of them.
Okay.
It's basically an auto cleave.
Okay.
So roll to hit.
Okay.
You do still get the shadow dice on this. It's probably going to
Don't
hit.
roll one.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure if you
Don't
don't
roll
roll
one.
a 1,
My
you've
AC
got
is
this.
16.
Yeah, I don't know what Abeline's AC is.
5.
That
No.
can't be right.
My AC is listed on my sheet.
No,
as
that
5.
is actually accurate. Because she
Okay.
doesn't have any armor restricting her.
No, I do have armor. I have armor that gives me +4.
Well, Guido will let us know if he actually rolls something like below
Well,
20.
he still needs to roll a 1 either way to make this not hit.
And do I get the 3 swings or?
Yes, you get all 3 swings
Okay.
for action.
Okay. So that's a 14.
To hit?
No, that's on the dice.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what?
No.
He rolled
That's
a
28.
-7. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
you hit.
Your
That's a
AC
natural 20.
Oh my god!
That's it.
And the final swing. Well, doesn't matter.
Does the poison go off?
Sure, let's see.
I mean, it's
First swing, no. Second swing, no. Third swing, yes.
Oh my god! Okay.
So 24 on the last one.
That hits.
So, how much damage is this going to do to these people? Plus the poison.
So-
Although the poison won't take effect yet, but
Right. Let's see.
Well, unless there's something special, I think I'm immune to the poison. Because of the gloves.
no, you are immune because this isn't like shadow chaos
Yeah.
poison. This is just regular old. This is from a while ago.
So that's 34 for the first hit.
Sis, 34 damage to start.
I'm not a rock anymore.
And it's just doubling for a critical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just straight
Okay.
double.
So that's. Hold on. 43 for the second.
43 damage, sis.
I'm at 29 health.
Third swing.
Hold on. 35.
God.
One thing I do want to mention. Where did it go?
Did you just say 35 health for the final hit? Or 35
Yeah.
for the final hit?
Yep.
Do me a favor and keep track of your negatives. It'll be important.
Devastating critical.
Oh, that's right. You took that. That was a few levels ago.
Oh, yeah. Finally, the crit feats actually do
Yeah,
something.
he took like 3 crit feats, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay, now roll to confirm.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll a natural 20, or because I took the improved critical, does it still apply if it's within that range?
The way I've always ruled that is the improved critical does expand the confirm range.
I am so sorry, guys.
Did you crit? Did you confirm?
Yeah, so that's a 17.
All right. What does that do?
Whenever you score a critical hit, roll to confirm. The target must make a fortitude save. DC is 10 plus half your level plus your strength modifier. So that's a...
That feels like that would be a bit high.
So
Like a 19
10
or
plus,
something.
so half my level, so 13. So that would be rounded down as a 6. So
Which
that's a 16 plus
Okay,
my
maybe
strength
not.
modifier, which is a 4. So that's a 20.
What are we?
Con.
What is our con?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fail.
I have a
I literally had to roll
24.
Okay.
17 to succeed.
What did you roll, Sis?
A 13.
Do you want to blow your combat AP on this?
I'm dead
I would.
anyways. I'm at negative.
The amount of negative matters, though.
Yeah, I'm at negative 23 already.
I know.
Okay.
I don't want you
Fine,
more than
D6.
negative 23, if we can avoid that.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, so
That is not enough to bring me
not
up.
enough. Okay, so
So how much more damage do I take?
Or die instantly.
yeah, it just kills
I'm
you.
dead. All right. I will exit that character sheet. Snarg, enjoy the rest of the session.
I'm sorry.
So-
that does make it Snarg's turn, though.
No, it doesn't. You have
Oh,
a
shit.
second action.
No, because that was both of my sword attacks.
You're right. I'm sorry. That is actually 2 actions. So I'm sorry. You're right. It is actually Snarg's turn.
Okay. All right, I gain 70 HP. Alright, so Star just looks up at that cloud of eyeballs and obsidian and stuff, and switches off of non-lethal. And
What? Hang on. I gotta get serious now.
By the way, there's like a pile of mush and a mag lancer over there.
Yeah.
sorry, I can't do anything about it. Not a super white mage with unknown spells.
That I don't know anything about.
So unless Celestial Call does something else that I don't know about, then it doesn't help. And he says,
Just hit him in the face. Just
I'm
really
sorry, Guido.
hit him in the face.
I'm sorry, old friend. And he leaps attack straight at the eye.
Okay.
And we're going to go maximum power attack. Which is 12.
So
but I got to roll
first
to actually
to
do
see if you
something.
can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 22. So
Okay, I was gonna say super dramatic. No, actually, nothing happens.
now I got to actually roll to hit.
Is it
Gotta
still
roll
the 26 AC?
Oh, that's actually a good point. Your AC would actually be down a little bit. I guess that would be 22 AC now because of the size variance.
And I guess I probably should, since this is a free thing to do. I will go ahead and rage.
I really hate to point this out, but you got to roll to rage.
I got to roll the rage.
It's okay. You won't lose an action if you fail, but you
Okay.
do have to roll the rage.
Well, what do I need to?
Strength or con. I'll let you go either because both
Strength.
make sense to me.
21. So.
Okay, so you successfully rage.
I got to remember what that actually gives to my bonuses. All right, so
You need to beat a 22
I do. So with rage,
with a
raises
leaping
that a little
attack.
bit. It's 12 on the dice. That adds 4 to my strength. So that makes it 28. That dropped it down to 16. So I hit a 28.
Okay, that will hit.
All right. So
It's all up
damage
to you now, Snarg. I didn't even get to help.
That's not true. You were the tank.
You didn't actually directly hit me with anything. I was killed. I was killed as collateral damage.
Okay.
I was never in the fight.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Please don't be mad.
Not mad. I texted you earlier and said, "What are you trying to do? Kill us?" And the answer is yes.
So the leaf attack does 109 air damage.
That seems low.
I mean, that's what leap attack does.
That's why. That's why. That makes sense. Never mind. Guido, what was your original health?
Before any adjustments?
Yeah, before any of this happened.
135.
Okay.
And then
I
for
mean,
the
I
second-
actually texted you back. I don't know if you saw
Oh, you
that.
did? Oh, no, I didn't see it.
'Cause
Okay.
I'm debating.
Well, here, let me...
Well, I still have another action
Yeah, you do.
because I'm going to go Omni Slash on this. Basically, swing, bite.
Oh, jeez.
So let me just roll 4 d20s for the see if I can actually do it.
Yeah.
So as long as none of these are 2 or less. All right, the third swing I'm unable to do.
Okay.
So swing, and I got to keep my power attack because I already did that. All right. Bonuses, negatives. Okay,
I just
so 16.
texted that to the lady I was
All
telling you
right,
about.
31 on the first swing.
Okay.
33 on the second swing. I cannot do the third swing. And the bite, which has entirely different bonuses. Oh, it's just negative 2. Whirling accuracy. I actually missed the bite because of whirling accuracy. Unless it doesn't apply to secondary attacks.
You know, it's never actually come up. Let's assume it does apply, because it's another attack.
Okay, so I whiffed that one. All right, so sorry, math. Although I did roll high for these, and I'll attack this out. All right, so over 2 hits, 163 air damage.
163.
163.
What do you think, Guido?
Well, I just sent you my my
Oh.
suggestion.
I must have missed it. Yep, I did. 1 second.
No.
Yeah, okay.
So- If
So-
it matters, I will.
So, if I may be so bold to step in here, so you did the leap attack, and you... What's your weapon again? It's a
It
great
is
sword,
the
right?
yes, the great sword.
So, two-handed... Okay, this is perfect. This is actually close to what I was thinking of anyways. So you jam this thing into the bloodshot Guido eye, and then while you're still on the eye... Can't do that one. Oh, also you take some damage, sorry.
No.
Well,
I die from damage.
let me interrupt this for you to take 8 water damage.
All right.
And then you just and you go and chomp down at the eye, and like you see the tornado around you start to like disperse a little bit and start to kind of lose some of its cohesion, and so the glass shards are getting further and further far away. So you're just kind of it's just basically you squatting on this eye, glaring at it. It's probably glaring right back at you, and. Guido, I'm going to let you take an action. Whatever it is you want to take.
Ooh. Okay. I was not anticipating that.
He says, "Let Guido out of there, you."
Let Guido out of there, you eyeball.
Guido
I don't know
falls
what to
out.
call this thing.
Whoa. Guys, I just had the worst dream. Oh, this song might be a bit too loud. Oh, hey, we're almost to One-Winged Angel again. The 2-hour last battle.
I know it's kind of unprecedented, but what's your health at, Snarg?
107.
Okay.
Mine is at dead.
My health is at, it just killed me.
One last predict.
Oh, I like it. Very
Okay.
thematic. Very thematic.
Yep.
I like
All
it.
right, so
I mean, if we're gonna get started, we might as well just wipe the entire party out.
Let's do it!
oh, that's messed up.
Okay.
Starfall.
What does that do?
Hold on.
Yeah, what does that do?
Nothing.
I'm assuming
What's my
Hive
crit range?
might be a crater now.
No, it's not that bad. Actually, though. It's not a bad idea.
I need to just learn to keep my
So-
mouth shut. Look at Snarg!
You're
Stop
what if I
giving
give the
him
boss
my
extra
penis?
abilities?
Oh.
So,
Well, I mean, if I can't do anything, I might as well just sabotage the party, right?
screw it! This is called the table flip.
I inadvertently went full mad!
So, Guido?
Each affected target must roll a willpower save of. Now, this is too high.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
we haven't
I'm
adjusted
pretty
this.
sure those numbers haven't been adjusted.
Yeah, because this would make it a 23 willpower
Oh,
save.
that's definitely way too high. It should be for that level of spell. It should be about 19 ish.
I'm dead.
I'm a rock. I'm sorry.
I'm not a rock anymore! I'm dead! I'm
Well, I
dead,
mean, he
dead.
could
I am
recast the
Sasha.
ability that turns you into a rock on your corpse.
Oh, wait, I actually have more HP for raging. I forgot.
So, yeah. So you're level 13, right?
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me just check the ability really quick because I'm going off memory. There it is. Come on. Dragoon, Mystic Knight. Here we go. Starfall. Where's Starfall? There's Starfall. Ah, yes! That is, in fact, the one I was thinking about. Yeah, no, that's definitely too high. 16. Level divided by half. 10 plus
Okay.
level divided by half.
So, Snarg,
Yes.
make a will save at, beat a 16.
Yep.
So my wisdom base is 3.
You need to
When I'm
roll...
raging, I get a +2 to will saves.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So it's 5.
That's surprising, actually. I figured it would be
Yeah,
negative.
it is.
I get negative armor for when I'm raging.
Oh. So giant cleaving
Which
doom
doesn't
hits
matter
you.
because Guido kind of ate his armor
And if
earlier.
only you remarked, I would get a +6 to this as well.
You should have just been like, guys, can we take Polaroids
Yeah.
real quick? Just
Yeah. All right.
So, roll an
Time out.
11.
Yep.
Time out.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, no, this will work out. This will work out. You've already blown
wanna
your
use your
combat
combat
AP.
AP?
No, he's already blown
I
it.
have.
He's already blown
I
it.
used it so I could actually do Ascension.
Yeah. So, okay.
So, damage
Yep, let's
is
do the...
91.
Okay.
Okay.
Typeless, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yep. I want to describe Starfall. Can I do that really quick?
Please do. Please do.
So, this sort of rune just kind of appears in the air around the eye, underneath you, Snark, and it's glowing bright white and blue. And you just like feel the fur on the back of your everything, because you're a gnoll, start to kind of stand up on end. And you look up, and you see this colossal meteor made of energy colliding down upon you. And it's actually tearing apart bits of the atmosphere as it comes down, as it's slamming down into the ground. And as it comes, the secondary effect from the crit comes into effect. Because apparently Guido frickin' crit on this.
Yeah, Guido sucks.
It's the extended range of crit.
No, yep. That's the whole point of that. That really is.
Can Zariel have that?
I mean, if you become a... It's built into the class. It's built into the prestige class.
Oh, never mind.
So, Snarg dies.
Great.
And then the meteor hits. and buries the Eye and Snarg and Abilene in this giant
And Sasha.
giant explosion. And Sasha's fine. Giant explosion that can be seen for miles around, which causes part of the central mountain chain that help. It's actually not called Central Mountain Chain. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. I think it's the Reach Mountains. Anyways, just crumble over and just shards of rock start falling down. And the last few bits of obsidian start to just kind of flicker out. And nobody's currently alive to see this.
Well, there's some Olthoi.
There's a lot of Olthoi who are basically swarming in this direction right about now. To what the hell, this situation. But these last few bits of obsidian, each one flickers out into a particular elemental essence. Not just the 4, but of all 8. And the Eye is the last thing as it's kind of like sinking into the ground. And there's this horrific scream that's completely inhuman. It's like grinding gears grating up against a star that's imploding. And it just disseminates more and more and more as it's spreading itself thin across the ground. And in this one brief flash of moment, Guido, the real Guido, realizes that it is over and that he actually did it. Not quite the way he wanted to. But with this thing is now permanently gone, because what's happening is it's actually being completely absorbed back into the ley lines. So it's ceasing to be a separate entity.
So we now have a 9th element.
Yep. And there is now a 9th ley line, which is actually slowly forming over this particular spot. This is the nail point of it.
Does this perhaps fix the other ley lines?
And we'll talk about that later. But this new energy is kind of stretching thin, which contains the essence of this thing and a few other things I'm not going to go into right now, and the essence of Guido, which will now forevermore be an actual part of the planet. The Olthoi... let me get off of Last Boss playlist here, since we're effectively out of that now. We'll go to this playlist. So... The Olthoi, of course, are all over the place instantly because they're the Olthoi and they know what the hell they're doing. And they find 2 corpses there. And they're like, oh my god. The good news is they're Olthoi. They actually know a little bit about what's going on and a little bit about how this thing works. So within a fairly short amount of time, they're able to call this organization called the Pinnacle over. And thankfully the Pinnacle are definitely the good guys. No, I'm kidding. They actually bring they call in the Pinnacle, and the Pinnacle actually does have a white mage come out and cast the ultimate white magic upon both Snarg and Abilene. It takes a couple of days. I don't want to go into all the flavor of it, but the idea is this spell is not something you just go boop in one round. This is a full in D&D terms is a ritual spell, so they've got to take time, really prep for it. I can't hear you, Guido, because you're muted.
It's resurrection. It's not a cure.
Exactly. This is a big deal. But eventually, they get up. Snarg, you feel terrible. You feel drained and off. Your elemental connection is literally wonky right now because you have a bit of the new Guido element in you.
Mm-hmm. The first thing I tell him is, wait, you don't have to wipe my memory. I know what's going on. Don't worry about it.
Wipe your memory? Why would I do that? Couple more days and, more effort, more ritual, more channeling of this power until finally resurrection is also cast on Abilene, who also feels really terrible.
Who was mush.
Yes, who was just...
That's why it took longer.
You're in pain. You're just, like... I actually don't remember if you ever recovered from surgery, like I have. But, everything hurts. Your whole body is just...
I'm assuming I'm in full body cast.
Yeah, you are basically in a full body cast right now.
Upon regaining consciousness, I say, "Where's Sasha?"
She's right here. She's right here.
I'm assuming full body cast. They've got Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha's just dangling on the arm cast. Over the next few days, they kind of let you know the full effects of what happened and the fact that there's now a 9th elemental ley line, if you could call it that, running through the planet. The other ley lines haven't quite stabilized yet because they need something else to be fixed. And actually, there's several answers to that question, but that question has not been answered yet because we don't need to tie up every plot thread in one campaign. What I do want to know, this is we're going to kind of do a little bit of a wrap up thing here. I want to know so you're going to be told about the fact that chaos is gone, as in gone. The Ulthoi will explain a little bit about this. In fact, I can explain this in character if you want me to, guys.
Yeah, why don't you?
So, the Ulthoi, of course, have been here since the beginning. They were some of the original settlers of this planet. This planet was actually constructed not just in the way that most planets are terraformed, but also in the sense of being a grand experiment as a way to prove...
Wait. What's terraformed?
Primus.
No, I know. In character, my character's...
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's terraformed?
No, the planet, Primus. The planet you were born on and you live on and you're currently on right now. Hang on. Is she on oxycodone?
She's on something constantly.
No. You used a word, terraforming. I don't know what that word means.
Don't stress. And so the Ulthoi continue to explain, this planet was designed as a way to prove to everyone that we could take the worst of horrible circumstances and not just recover from it. Sis, can you mute yourself real quick, please?
Yes.
Thank you. So it's not just that we can recover from it. That's easy. Anybody can recover from a tragedy or a disaster. But we want to take that disaster and make something better of it. So they took one of the worst aspects of this horrible event, which the Ulthoi refused to talk about. You can't even get the name of it out of them. But there was this horrible, tragic event, and they took one of the worst aspects of that, which everyone referred to as chaos. Now, that's not its proper name. They don't even know if it is a he or a she or a them, or if there's some kind of sentience or sapience there. It's just this viscous, horrible black death that was left over after the tragedy before. And they took this and they designed this world specifically to slowly take the energy that thing was and convert it into elemental energy. And thus these 8 ley lines have been built in order to slowly, very gradually, and very thoroughly, to make sure none of the original remained, convert it into pure elemental energy to allow the planet to exist and thrive. Now, a lot of things went wrong with this plan. The Ulthoi aren't even fully aware of everything that went wrong with this plan, but the biggest thing that went wrong is that the caretakers who were supposed to be watching this whole project just kind of went away. One of them was an entity known as the Quidiox, and the other was an entity known as Discord. Both of these have since vanished, and they don't know who or why or where or anything about that.
Wouldn't they have woken up since Chaos is asleep? One of them.
There's a couple other things going on there.
Okay.
So they've been just kind of trying to make do ever since and trying to keep things going. And then out of nowhere, everything suddenly got a lot worse because there was this group of people called the Scions who were really interested in having children. And so the Scions decided to go ahead and try to artificially create new Scions, new life. But that life energy had to come from somewhere. So the one and only Scion child they ever crafted was basically them releasing a chunk of chaos from the core of the planet. Ever since then, there's been this phenomenon they refer to as the Shadow, which I have, of course, been talking about many times. And, of course, the party is well aware of what the Shadows are, and could probably be like, yeah, no, we get those guys. We get it. Don't need to tell us anymore. The Shadows effectively wiped out psionic civilization, and were only contained because of their unique nature, because a Shadow requires something nearby to exist. It's fully parasitic. So, as soon as the continent of Aburian was wiped clean, they just kind of stopped. For whatever reason, in more recent times, there have been certain groups and entities that we still don't know the full reality of how or why, or more importantly, whom. But people have been actively trying to bring chaos back, to reach out and break out the seals and get the last bit of it out. And they have been becoming more and more desperate, especially within the last 17 years, because the process was almost done. You know, there was only a tiny little bit of the original chaos left, just this absolutely smidgen amount. And they were looking for a host body for it. Now, the original intent was that this host body would be completely consumed and replaced by chaos. But because of the unique fact that a person who was imbued with discord energy was the one who actually became the host body, a man named Guido of Granite-Holm, instead that allowed him to have an influence and effect on this thing. So instead of being completely supplanted by, he was certainly corrupted by it, but not, it wasn't chaos. It was still Guido, just chaotic Guido. With his removal, of course, the new ley line is crafted, and of course now they're going to have to fix the other ley lines and try to get this whole weather thing back on track. But that's pretty much the story. Also, and I almost hesitate to bring this up, but I mean, I built this into the setting, and it would be kind of a retcon to change this. The Ulthoi also mentioned that the cordon is now gone. And of course, Snarg's like, what? And the Ulthoi explained that, of course, all of this was done under a protective barrier, something that was intended to keep all of this sealed away on the off chance that things that went very, very wrong, like they very nearly did just now. And so, with that cordon gone, now the availability to interact with the greater galaxy, universe, other species, other planets, is now available and was not before. I mean, if someone was to try and take, like, a spaceship or an airship from Primus and try to leave, they'd just run into the cordon. That'd be the end of them, but nobody would be that stupid.
Except for those one people.
No, they totally never happened. The Ulthoi mentioned that they think they will probably keep... okay. No, what I want to know from Snarg and Abilene, and arguably the players, and Guido, I want you to have some input on this as well, is how do you want to spin this tale in character? Because you have the choice at ground zero to decide how people spread this in character.
I am going to suggest, player-wise, I am going to suggest that we spin two tales.
Okay.
One, the tale of, to the proper authorities, the tale of what, and Abilene will explain to you guys that there are two pinnacles, and that, the one pinnacle is working to help people, and the second pinnacle, which I was unaware of until just now, was working to create Guido. I will also admit that I was inadvertently working for the second pinnacle, not realizing what I was doing. But I am going to suggest that in character we tell the tale to the people that can do something about the second pinnacle, what actually happened. And to the people, we blame the dragons.
Okay.
Because if people knew that something like Guido could exist...
They might freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to share this on camera. Guido just said in text, so it was swamp gas from a weather balloon that was trapped in a thermal pocket and reflected of the light of Venus. It wasn't actually a spaceship that crashed or anything like that.
Couldn't resist. I had to. I'm sorry.
No, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, so Starg will suggest that the people, like you said, the people who need to know about the other stuff going on know, but the common thing that he thinks should get out is that Guido sacrificed himself fighting the dragons and their malevolent entity that they brought with them.
Speaking of which, Oni, didn't you say that the dragons were supposed to attack fairly immediately after this too?
How many civilians?
Sorry.
We'll get to that when we get to it.
The dragons, I decided, really are a separate story arc, and as a writer, I wanted to differentiate them. So they're doing I decided they're doing something else.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically,
They survived?
No,
There are more than two of them.
Yeah, there's a lot more than two.
We've seen four.
So those four died, though?
Yes, you did manage to kill those
Well,
two.
those two, there were two on site. And then there was the one I saw on the fire ley line, and there was the one we saw in the shadow realm. And then these two were different.
But the long and the short of it is the ones you nuked did die, yes.
Okay, that's all I care about.
So, Guido, you have the option to reach beyond the grave here. I'm sorry, Snarg, were you done?
yes, I'm turning it off. Yes, basically, but that was
Yeah, yeah.
to come
Put
until
the
he's
blame on the
disappeared.
convenient monsters. Guido died a hero. Guido from Beyond the Grave. Oh, by the way, and I hope you really don't hate me for this, but I decided a bit ago that you actually cannot be rezzed because you're not actually dead.
You're in a ley line.
Because you're...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, honestly, if you had tried to res me as well, I would have argued against it.
Okay,
Because it just doesn't make sense in lore.
No,
Fine.
I agree. In fact, I actually sent a text to... I always intended to res Snarg, but I sent a text to Sis being like, do you think, they would do this with her? And
well, with mine, my thing was, is it Pinnacle 2 that's coming out to do the resing?
Yeah.
Because if it's Pinnacle 2, then they might res me, but they sure as hell wouldn't res Snarg.
Yeah, but no.
Because they knew Snarg, but they thought I was with them. And B, if it is Pinnacle 2, the ones who started all of this, when Guido absorbed all of the chaos, were they aware that I had defected?
Yeah.
And he said that yes, they would have been aware, but that it was Pinnacle 1 that was coming, and so I said yes.
Yeah. So, Guido?
So I'm going to go back to the quote from earlier that I sent you. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yep.
I can
You
do
lived
those
too long.
things because I'm not a hero, not like the child emperor. I can be a hero or I can kill the shadow, but I can't do both. I'll be remembered as a monster, but if it saves the world, so be it.
Very apropos.
Instead, you're going to be remembered as a hero because you died a monster.
Well, I
But in
mean,
doing so, I fixed chaos.
yeah, no, this was one of the ways to beat chaos, to win this encounter, to actually succeed here. In fact, I was going to give you the option, just a little GM insight. I was always going to give you the option if you killed those two, to basically try to accomplish the same general concept, with varying degrees of difficulty depending on how far they had pushed you. What I was thinking was that as soon as they pushed you to one angel form, one-winged angel, the very last form, that sealed it, that they had effectively won as of that moment. And thus, that was sealed. But, like, first phase would have been like, second phase, maybe, We could have hashed that out then.
Snarg can do some badass damage.
Yeah, Snarg can hit
I was
really,
gonna say, I didn't do
really
shit.
hard. I mean,
I know.
Snarg,
I
wow.
didn't do shit.
It's the Knoll stuff. Well,
Yeah.
it's not entirely Knoll stuff, but
He even nerfed the Knolls, and it's still...
even nerf Knolls.
So, just so you know, Snarg, at the end,
Mhm.
I was at negative 299 hit points.
Yep. I had Guido keeping me updated, and I was having a few numbers in my head of, okay, at this point.
Before that last hit, you had me at negative 136.
Yeah.
1 point lower, or 1 point higher in negative than my full total,
Yeah.
135. Yeah. So, well done.
That roll to do anything is pretty beastly.
Well, you can probably understand why I built that into his abilities right at the beginning there. If I hadn't, you probably would have just wrecked him, and, I mean...
It didn't affect Snarg very often, though.
No.
Well-
It delayed
didn't
him.
hit me either. I just couldn't hit you.
It once I got the setup stuff done, which took like 3 more rounds longer than it normally does.
Yeah.
It was okay because I got a 3 to most of my saves that I was rolling.
Jeez.
I had to use an AP on one, and I failed half of them. So
Yeah.
that was it. Okay.
Hey, at
So...
least
so
you
I did have a
didn't get
question.
imbued with the
Yeah,
entire list of things that go
Later-
wrong.
I can't
Later-
believe you rolled so
You didn't get the whole list?
Yeah, you didn't get Doom.
Everything but Doom.
You didn't get Doom. Sorry, go ahead, Third.
Yeah. So later on, after all this is over, Draga is going to attempt to commune, or at least communicate, or reach out to this new ley line.
Okay. So it obviously has a type of elemental energy that you are partially familiar. Sis, I'm sorry. Can you mute yourself, please? Sorry. So obviously this is an energy type that you actually have encountered before. Duh. But the closest thing you could call to it being is that it's not quite the same as a typical element where it's part of what makes up reality. More like it's something that helps to bind elements together. Think of it more as the glue between, like, different types of wood, for example. You don't really think of the glue. That's a bad analogy. A brick house. What's the stuff in between the brick? I can't remember what it's called.
Mortar?
Mortar. This is kind of the mortar of the planet now, and it's helping to keep the different elemental ley lines. In fact, I mentioned earlier that the ley lines aren't quite fixed, but they're no longer getting worse, because now this mortar is in place helping to stabilize things. So crops are still dying, and it's still winter, but it will not get even worse than this from this point on.
Okay.
So you're also pretty sure, I'm just going to give this to you, even though I should technically make you roll for it, but...
I mean, I can if you want me to.
Elemental knowledge roll. Go ahead.
28.
28. Okay, that's more than I was requesting, which was 25. So
I was just going to ask, is it assisted? Because it's me?
yes, +2
Sure.
for Guido. Wait, you have to roll for it, Guido. You now have
Does the ley line itself have to roll for
70
elemental knowledge?
to elemental knowledge.
Okay, hold on. So obviously I don't get the D12s on this, right?
Yes, the D12s
Okay.
are gone.
Do I still have my -10?
No, technically at this point that would probably be like a +30 or something.
Okay, well I rolled a 19.
Oh my god. Wow.
So +2.
Yeah.
So you had, yay, +2. Okay, so you are pretty sure that while you have no idea of the weaving or engineering or anything required to make a temple, that's just not happening. You're pretty sure you could replicate
He wants a temple.
the trial, the core of each temple, because that's purely an elemental apparatus, not an aspect of arc weaving, not an aspect of whatever. So you could build a more mundane structure, not this mega structure of ridiculousness, and then put this elemental apparatus to start the trial of Guido in the middle of it, if you so choose to.
And you know what? That's where we're going to
Zariel
establish...
wants to go do the trial of Guido.
I think that's a perfect place to build a mundane temple and establish the conclave.
The conclave.
Conclave.
Okay. Of geomancers. Now, of course, all the temples are where the ley lines fit most, so this ley line just happens to fit right outside of Central. Because by
Okay.
total coincidence, that's where Guido decided to teleport to when he decided to destroy/save the world. So there is now this like over the next however long period of time. I mean, we could stretch this out. You have lots of. Oh, actually, Guido, I do need to ask you this: who inherits Aesir shipping? Now, obviously, Lunacia is the one running it right now, because she's been the one running it, Lunacia of Seeker.
That's the lady Snark tried to kill, right?
Yes, that is
Yeah.
the former prime minister of the.
I didn't try to kill her, I
Confederacy.
just opposed her.
I was using non-lethal.
No, you were going to
Why?
kill her. Zariel had to kidnap her and say she killed her and give her to Guido to save her.
Literally not even what happened, but okay.
So, while Guido's thinking about that, Snarg, of course, you do still have access to a decent amount of resources. There's still a lot of work to be done. The dragons are still a very serious threat. There's been some weird stuff happening in the Dyers. Waiju is apparently being mass evacuated. The Darakost are actually fleeing it right now. A whole bunch of other plot threads we aren't really going to cover in detail, but the relevant point is that you got a lot of business right now for the Blood Fox.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of capital coming in, which makes it relatively easy to go ahead and construct this temple to Guido. Guido, do you have an answer for me? Looks like you do.
So I never got a name for him, but it was the Caravan Master in Zykal.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I don't think we ever did come up with a name for him.
But yeah, he was like running several caravans himself. And since he did not want power per se,
Hang on just a second. No, I didn't think so. I didn't actually come up with a name. So we'll just come up with a new name. We will call him... Takret of... He's a bandoling, right? Pretty sure.
Don't remember.
I think he's a bandoling. A Takret of... Let's make him... What's a clan we haven't really used much? Of... Well, actually, no. I changed my mind. For reasons that I'll get into eventually, maybe someday, let's make him of Seeker. Takret of Seeker. So he's kind of inherited Icier shipping. Decent relations, therefore, because he was already getting on well with Bloodfox. So Icier and Bloodfox are going to continue their business partnership. Abilene, you have new orders. There's a lot of people...
To eradicate the Pinnacle 2.
Yeah, basically they want you to start single pinpointing individuals throughout the Order and the Pinnacle and governments and just everywhere. And try to deal with these people. They also want to hire Bloodfox to assist you on this.
I will be fully cooperating with Zariel on this as well.
Yeah, I figured. But anyway, Snarg, getting back to the relevant point. So you build this temple. You can design it however you want. I mean, I personally, I think I'd just make a hut, a few sticks, you know, some thatch.
No, actually, what I was going to do was I was going to invite the Lugians to architecture this place.
Oh, they are going to make something awesome.
Yes.
It's going to be relatively large, not full size, but it will be large enough to fit a Lugian, you know, a full-size Lugian in it. And it will be very angular. I can just picture it in my head right now. The moment you said that, I can just picture how it would look. It looks awesome. It's this giant edifice, multiple stone slabs coming forward, which look like they're separate, but somehow manage to cross over each other perfectly, so it actually makes a cohesive roof. And as it comes up to the top, they keep going in multiple directions, so you see like these effectable spikes of iron and steel and granite and all sorts of other... What's up?
Fortress of Solitude in the stone and metals.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So it's got that kind of a aesthetic to it. And when you go inside, it's fairly sparse. It's mostly just an open, empty area because they can't do most of the fancy stuff most of the other temples do. But there is the focus in the middle. Now, Snarg, you are the premier geomancer on Dareth here, and I imagine you can get some other geomancers involved in this since you've got the conclave thing going on. That means you get to design what this looks like. Now, I don't know if it's obvious, but each locus of each different temple actually looks different, and it's relevant to the specific element. So what do you design the element of Guido locus to look like? Loci.
I can't ask Guido, can I?
I mean, you could try to commune with the elements for a bit to get some, thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Well, roll knowledge elements, or not knowledge elements, elemental affinity.
All right. Just for the heck of it, AP.
Okay.
So,
What's up?
That comes out to be a 32.
32. Yeah, Guido, you can totally, out of character, you can input onto this as, in character, you're flowing knowledge into him.
I'm going to let Zan speak first.
Okay.
So Abilene she's an everything. She's a normal person. She doesn't have one particular dominant trait.
Mm-hmm.
Can she now have Guido be her dominant trait?
I'm okay with that.
Since she was at the epicenter where he was created and
you also were actually infected with chaos energy, so it's very logical that would have altered your elemental balance, and then when chaos energy stopped being chaos energy, you would be left with what remains.
Okay. So what is the element of chaos of Guido called?
It's actually called the element of discord, but I like calling it the element of Guido, so whatever.
Oops.
Can you see into the window in the upper office?
Yes, I can see into the window of the upper office. Sorry. Okay, so Guido, thoughts on your loci?
So first, I'm gonna private message Third and see what he comes up with this.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so while you two are discussing that, Another thing I want to toss in here as part of this extended epilogue thing we're doing. Obviously, Zerial's story is going to be over there. She's got her own plot thread she's going through. But Kazrinthka is now basically cured. She no longer has any of the issues. Yes, actually, that should affect your bonus. That is correct. I'll have to decide what it is. I need to think on that. Don't let me forget. So, Kazrinthka is cured of the chaos influence that was actually upon her and was causing her issues, and was one of the main reasons the Olthai were keeping such a close watch on her, and have for so long. She no longer has to be on the Spurka, and no longer has to be constantly under watch and guard, so she can go on to do whatever it is she wants to, whatever that may be. With the war, with the chaos seeping out of certain individuals and the Second Pinnacle losing influence, the Osteth Republic finally opens its doors again and starts being open to the idea of peace negotiations with the remainder of the Dominion. The Dominion itself is having issues. I feel like that's kind of a separate thread, because that's kind of tied to what's going on with the Dericost right now and the Dyers. But for the moment, there's no war, is the really relevant point. There's no big conflict going on between the nations politically or militarily. And that allows the Gnolls, who were all, basically still part of the Zykal state, to finally claim a nice big chunk of land as, this is basically the Gnoll state now. And they actually have a constitution and a government, and they ratify it and become acknowledged by the Dominion as a separate state. And as such, there is now the Gnoll nation, effectively. Snargonia! No, I'm kidding.
No.
I am kidding. That's not what it's called. And that is actually, I was going to let you decide basically where that is. I know where I pictured it to be, but
Where did you picture it to be?
so there's just east of the main mountain chain that's between Alluvia and the Nevere. There's a fairly large, relatively unsettled chunk of terrain. I don't know if you've ever really looked at it.
To the right of Kareth.
Yeah.
Yeah, right along the road.
Mm-hmm. Big old chunk of territory there. It's near the railway. It's relatively near several airship hubs and the hubs themselves, and is mostly unsettled, mostly unclaimed, and arable. So that was the place I was thinking of.
That seems perfect. It's close to Fox Ridge, too.
That's true. I hadn't actually thought about that. So what have you two colluded yet?
Yeah, so I get the impression of a certain place that... So, Guido, let me ask this. Does this place still exist?
Yeah, it would.
Okay. So I basically go and visit a place in one of Guido's old stories, a dining hall. And, of course, we bring some Lugian architects there because I have no idea about architectural stuff.
Make stuff like this.
I mean, kind of. Like it should be designed in a fashion similar to this. And since it's a dining hall, why not have grits? And no, I'm just kidding.
Yes, Guido's legacy
And bacon.
shall be
No.
grits and bacon. I love it.
But I think it'd be appropriate that there is always some type of food for people to
Actually, I
eat there.
really like that idea. And also, you're right next to Central, and the Olthoi have plentiful food supplies and people who love to cook.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Kazrinthka. That's now where she's going to be.
there you go.
Kazrinthka is the head
There you
chef.
She took over as head chef in honor, and she cooks bacon daily.
Because Guido always did say, you really liked my
Bacon a day keeps the doctor away.
Bacon a day.
Just an entire pig,
Yeah, just and sorry. Okay, honestly, I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Any other thoughts or questions before we wrap this up?
Well, anything else would probably be more appropriate to another campaign.
So I hope you guys have enjoyed playing with me for the last like 4 years now.
Yeah,
This has been awesome.
Yeah,
it's been incredible.
I'm very satisfied. This is awesome. I don't have any other words. You've been awesome players, except for that one time. And
We don't talk about that.
we don't talk about that. It never happened.
Unaired.
Yeah, I deleted that episode. That's why that show episode was nothing, guys. It totally wasn't that I lost the video file. I deleted it.
Wow. So this campaign has spanned throughout the forum. It's spanned throughout audio. Now it's finally ending with video years later.
Yeah, we have been doing this for a really long time.
Yeah.
As I've just to make this clear, in case I didn't on camera, I do intend for Primus to continue, assuming you guys still want to keep playing.
Oh, of course.
I'd love to. Yeah.
But I hope you guys have found this particular ending and conclusion and finale and epilogue satisfying. I actually did spend a decent amount of last week and today just like, okay, I want to do this, but this has to be here, but why do I do this? But what if this happens? And my biggest fear was all of you would give in to evil, because it was the hardest scenario to plan for. I'm like, okay, what if they all go into chaos? What do I do? I had a plan. It just took me like forever to figure out what I was going to do. It's like, oh god, wait, I could do this. Well, that won't work, but what about okay, how about this? Spoiler alert, you'd be fighting a griever. Anyways, so... That's actually not true. That's not true.
By the way, my decision on whether I was going to go chaos or not was going to be if Guido tried to talk to us, I was going to go chaos. So I was already leaning that direction.
Okay.
If Guido just started doing shit, I was going to go good.
Interesting.
Guido just went and started killing people in Hooper. So
Instead, you
I
went frog.
not
Thank
that it mattered.
God. Thank God. So yeah, this has been awesome. Thank you again very much, and I hope you at home have enjoyed. And I'm going to cut off the recording now.